doing?
I wake up to the sounds of the silence that allows for my mind to run around with my ear up to the ground. I'm searching to behold the stories that I told when my back is to the world. Was smiling when I turned. Just
I try to the top of it, out of shape, thinking out of box, I'm an astronaut. I'm blasted off the planet, rock that caused catastrophe, and it matters more because I had it, now I had it. But I had to go in an opposition, kinda shocking, they run static with precision. I'm automatic, quarterback.
Death Star.
Salute, Raider Nation. Appreciate you guys showing up on another episode tonight on Friday Night Football Talk, man. We real appreciate you guys showing up like always. Salute to the chat, all the mods, everybody that's out here tonight. Salute to the panel for everybody showing up on a Friday night to talk about some football and do a mock draft here in a little bit. Appreciate everybody out here, and if you guys want, take a second and let everybody else salute to them if you guys want.
Salute, Raider Nation.
What's the deal?
Good.
Salute everybody.
Heck
Salute Nation. Happy Friday.
Heck yeah. So pretty much like you say, man, like always, we appreciate you guys showing up. You guys can follow us on Discord, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, everything. We have a link tree out there. Like I said, everybody knows where the platform is. We'll have Cortez drop that here as we go through the show tonight. He'll be dropping all the links out there. And then if any mods out there, anybody has links, feel free to drop them too. Appreciate it. I guess we're going to start off the show with obviously the Aaron Rodgers talk, dude, coming out of his deal. It's going to be Cortez's topic here, pretty much. But long story short, I think Aaron Rodgers is a little whack job. But long story short, Cortez can start off this conversation.
And this is not my opinion. The Raiders already said that he's not in our plan. And for the other factor, I would not trade for him because we don't know if he's going to be here for next year or years to come. And I'm not willing to pay $60 million a year for a quarterback that's going to up and quit on us like the next year after. No, we need like maybe a veteran like Stidham and get like CJ Stroud or somebody else. I prefer not Aaron Rodgers. And in my opinion, I don't like his off the field troubles that he has. Because where I live is where he's from. He's from Butte County. He went to Butte County High School, college. And people that I know around here says that he's rude. He went into a casino, didn't even talk nicely, late at night, didn't want to be disturbed, just was rude to the people. And that's all I got.
All right, well, anybody else have any take on Aaron Rodgers at the moment, or anybody else want to speak on it?
I will. Oh, go ahead, bro.
No. You can go. I'll go next.
Oh, okay, no problem. I'm all Cortez, dude. It's the off the field issue. Like he's like the diva. Like even on Charles Barkley said he's the one girl that you gotta always tell she's pretty. Like bro, like it's his ego. On the field, he's a dog. I'm not taking nothing from him from his talents on the field. Off the field, different story. And like Cortez said, we trade for him. We don't know if he's gonna be here next year or not. So I'd rather honestly stick with City and draft the rookie and roll with that. Or no, that's not the option. You roll with City, and you draft a rookie, and you roll the dice.
All right, hell yeah. What do you think, Ray? What were you gonna say?
So, I mean, I know for a fact that Rodgers wouldn't be here. I wouldn't personally. In the beginning, when I heard about the Rodgers topic, I was all in for it. I'll say it. I was all in for it. But then looking into it and then really understanding, like, okay, what a guy this is, and I understand he plays at a high level, but as a locker guy, as a guy that replacing Derek Carr as a locker room chemistry type of guy, I would not have that guy there. And on top of that, if he's taking, I know for a fact he's not playing on a minimum contract more than what Derek Carr was making. So if we gave him 48 million, we're gonna still have to pay for a lot of other people. So people got to memorize, uh, or people got to understand that Aaron Rodgers is gonna take a chunk of all that money and probably even more extra money. And where the hell are we gonna get that from? So I'd probably just roll with Stidham, like everybody says, and then just draft the quarterback or something like that. What like my thing is that I don't know who will be quarterback this year. It's going to be hard. We don't know. The draft is going to be very interesting if they go quarterback, offensive lineman, whatever it is. We just, at the end of the day, it's all mock drafts, all just, predictions or like our choices, our opinions. But I don't know what it is. I don't know if I want to go quarterback or not because it's very risky because I don't know what the year after or what Josh and Ziegler have. Because they could possibly, not to say if they were to tank this year, if they were to tank this year again, there is Caleb Williams. If they're really trying to go after him, if they're really trying to go number one overall, get this guy. I'm in full on for if they're trying to really do that. That's what I was thinking. I was like, if we don't get C.J. Stroud, I mean, personally, everybody says Will Levis is this and that. Anthony Richardson. First of all, I don't want Anthony Richardson. Fuck no. But if we somehow don't draft quarterback this year, it's either we're rolling with Stidham or we're picking up some guy, a veteran free agency, like how everybody keeps saying Brissett or Garoppolo, which kind of sucks. But if they're not going that way, if they're gonna roll with Stidham this whole year, I think that this is a sign that might go Caleb next year, in my opinion.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Al, you have anything you want to add to that?
You know my stance, Dustin. I think we should roll with Stiddy. I think we should build up this defense. It's been a while since we had a competitive defense. I think I mentioned to you guys I was learning long division the last time we could stop a team on third down, dude. So I'm kind of sick of it at this point, and I need Max to get some help on that line. Um, Hopefully Chandler restructures or retires, but I'm hopeful that he restructures, and I'm hopeful that we get some interior pressure up front. And we just have too many holes on too many parts of this body if we're calling it a human, and we need to address it ASAP. And we can't lock up a bunch of money on Rodgers or lock up a bunch of draft capital to get a 39, 40-year-old guy. And then let's say we get him for a year, we're all going to be, going to church and lighting the candles, hoping that he comes out of his darkness retreat, willing to come back for the following year. So I'm not too keen on Rodgers, even though he is a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I've said it from day one. I've said that when we got out of the season, the first thing I said was we should roll with Stenham and just go draft quarterback. I said if there was when everybody was talking the Brady talk, I said bullshit, he wasn't coming, and if we were going to take a quarterback, the quarterback I seen that it would be worth getting would be Aaron Rodgers over Tom Brady. But when you're sitting there looking at it, like, so you cut Carr, right? So we have $8 million. We sit and say that we cut Carr because he underperformed, and we need the money so we can rebuild the defense because the defense has never been intact to be able to be competitive to stopping teams or anything of that factor. So we get rid of Carr, and then people say the next thing is that we were looking to get Aaron Rodgers. So it's like, okay, we cut a guy because we said his $40 million contract was too high, but we're going to go give dude $60 million. And then even if they were to negotiate it down, then we're giving up draft picks, all these things. You don't know if he's going to be playing the following year. Like all the things that just line up to say like it ain't even worth doing. It's not worth having. It ain't worth getting. So to me, I feel. Uh, sorry, I was trying to bring back.
Yeah, something
To
happened.
me, it feels like the whole entire time all these people are talking. Rodgers has come out and said out of his own mouth that nobody knows what he's doing, nobody knows what he's thinking, where he's going, what he's got in plan, retiring, staying, wanting to go somewhere else. Ziegler and them have finally literally just come out and say like, hey, we ain't going to be drafting or trading for him. He's not even in our deal right now. And then now we're going to be putting up Stenham. Like, how do you guys physically feel about us going into this upcoming season? And if, let's just say that they don't even get a quarterback in the first round, like, I've been saying this for a second now. That um, if you go up into the seventh round or seventh overall pick, and what if you were to go defense if all three quarterbacks were off the board? So if you're saying that Young, Stroud, and Levis are off the board, and you're at 7, uh, you're going to go defense. I mean, are you guys cool with that? Like, are you cool with that if they go with the 7th pick, build defense, and then look for next year to get Caleb to land it? Because I've made an article on Instagram and everything about this, dude, and I've heard kind of difference of both sides where people think like it's tanking because we'd be playing Stenham and that only 6 or 7 wins, that'd be considered tanking. And I'm sitting there saying like, hey, 6 or 7 wins is as good as the quarterback is. Like, he ain't even never won a game. Who knows? He might go out next year. Like, listen, if they build a defense that's really, really good, and they fix this offensive line to be more consistent, and you have fucking Stenham back there. What's the difference between Brock Purdy's and the Niners over there, and then Stenham over here? If you have the defense and the offense to be able to play it, like there's no difference in it. It's just Stenham's a little more. He's pretty mobile. He gets out and does it. I mean, that's why I've even made another article about Chase Garbers and Stenham going at it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I think. Like, I've always said from day one, dude, that I didn't think that we were going to go get a big quarterback. I thought we were going to keep the money. I thought we were going to spread it out. Salute, Lunatic. Appreciate you, bro, stopping by and everything, man. Really do. Go defense at 7, draft hooker later. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think it's against anything of drafting a quarterback later on, just in case something like, say we did outplay what we thought we were going to do this upcoming year. I wouldn't think it would be a bad thing to draft a quarterback going on, but I would also think that I think that they would want to go. If you're looking at an actual franchise quarterback, dude, next year you can have fucking Caleb Williams, Drake. Made like you got a few good people over there that are going to be really, really, really good. So I just
Dustin,
think with the defense this year, you got a lot of good defensive players in this draft too. So it's really tough, man. It's going to be really tough. But I would go Stenham and go that route for sure.
yeah. So Dustin, actually, like quick comment on what you've been saying.
Salute, Ozzy.
I think it makes sense. Salute, Ozzy. What I will say is this. There's that old saying. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. There's 1,000 ways to skin a cat, right?
Yeah.
And translating that to football, there's lots of ways to win a football game. You actually don't need an elite quarterback to win football games. You could win based on a good running game, a good defense, and maybe that's their strategy going forward. Like, we don't need an elite quarterback. Maybe we build this defense, we build this offensive line, and we just have a bully, just like a running bully, man. Like, just running and dominating, the trenches. And that's a viable way to win football games. Like, you actually don't need an elite quarterback. I understand that the teams that make it deep into January and February typically do have an elite quarterback. But history has also shown that if you have a good ass defense, obviously it has to be like a top 5, at least a top 10 defense, and an elite running game. You could go very, very far and possibly win a championship.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think freaking like I've said, I think look for and I'll answer this question in 1 second. So I think if we've already had the offense, dude, we've gone out there, we've tried, dude, we've competed at a pretty good level. We did good with John Gruden. We've always had to look, we've always had to in all those games, it's always coming down to the end. That's why Derek Carr has so many fourth quarter comebacks, dude, because it's always at the end of games where he's having to come back to go get that win. And yeah, is it a good stat that he's able to override it? Yeah, but in another way, it's not really a good stat because you don't see a lot of good quarterbacks having that many of them because their team's winning games outright. You know what I mean? So if I'm sitting here thinking like, if we can go out here and we can turn around this team defensively where we're able to control games a lot easier, fucking stretch it out so the offense isn't out there, as much all the time struggling or having to go three and outs and so on. I would be all for the defense being turned around, dude. And like you just said a second ago, I mean, you can have dudes like Brock Purdy, dude. That's the last player picked in the draft over here looking like he's going to win a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'm trying to say is like, if the team's built right these days, you don't have to have a fucking elite superstar quarterback, dude. Like, I get people get stuck to Carr and like they really like him and that they want him and so on, but there's a lot of teams out here, dude, that have pretty much average quarterbacks, dude, but they have really good defenses with good offensive lines, and these dudes are killing it, dude. So all I'm
So
saying
Dustin,
is why not just put the money where we can make more of it, dude? And what's wrong with that if we do that? Like, why do we always have to go out and get these old dudes that are at the end of their careers? Well, people are going to start bringing back rumors like, oh, Brady's going to come out of retirement. Like, we're going to hear a bunch of bullshit, like. So I just
yeah,
think
and
just stick with what we got, dude. If we got fucking Stenham, dude, and he's doing good, dude. Like I said, roll with him. He's only going to cost us $5 to $7 million a year. Like we can go, dude. If he goes out and wins, great. If he doesn't, fucking even better. Like I'm not gonna cry about getting fucking Caleb Williams next year, fucking Drake Mays when we've had shit fucking deals for a long time, and we're gonna walk right into them too. Like I'm down for that shit, so I don't care. So, but what were you gonna say, Al?
no, so excuse me. I was actually I was going to bring up the example of, the Super Bowl champion from a couple years ago, the fucking LA Rams, dude. I don't think Stafford's an elite quarterback. He's definitely a solid guy, solid QB, but you saw the Rams put together a championship roster by focusing on the defense, having an elite defense, having a solid running game, and yeah, having a solid quarterback. But Stafford, I think he exists like on a similar plane as Derek Carr, to be honest with you, in terms of skill set and accomplishments. Definitely, a solid QB, and you could win with a guy like that. But to my earlier point, there's a thousand ways to skin a cat. There's a lot of different ways to win football games, and if you play the possession game, you play the running game, you play keep away football, and you stop motherfuckers on defense, you can win games. I mean, you're not going to be winning like the Chiefs, like fucking 30. You're not going to be putting up like 30, 35 points a game. But if you're holding teams to, 17, 20 points a game, you could eke out, 10, 11 wins a season.
Yeah, it's true. It is true. I mean, I agree. You guys have anything you want to add to that?
You guys, you kind of said it all, Dustin. I mean, like you said, if we don't draft a QB at 7, I'm not gonna like freak out or nothing like that. That just tells us that hey, we struck out on the 3 guys. There's no quarterback worthy of taking at 7. That can be our immediate answer. So like you said, I'd rather roll with Stiddy. And like somebody else mentioned in the comments, if Hooker's there in the 4th, if that ACL is fully healed, I'm gonna take a gamble. I rather roll with somebody in the later rounds versus somebody in the first. Because you
Hey,
pick in the first round. Hmm? Oh, what's
hey,
good, bro?
no, bro, finish. My bad.
I know you good, homie. I was saying like because you're picking in the first round. There's so much. There's a high ceiling. Like you're expected to start. You're expected to dominate from day one. If he pick you in the fourth round, you're more of a project. So I rather draft somebody in the fourth or fifth, let us in the hooker or whoever's there. I rather roll with a project that we can groom versus somebody who got versus picking you in the first and forcing you into the fire. And let's just say Stroud's there at 7. We pick him and he doesn't work out. It's gonna be a bad look. Versus take somebody in the later rounds who you can work with slowly, and then when they're ready, you throw them out there. Kind of like a Purdy, because no one thought Purdy would play a down in the league. Well, Niners also have Niners quarterbacks are made of glass, so they're always injured. So here they are, bro. They're made of glass, bro. Like, so he was thrown into there, and he dominated immediately. So if he can do that, what's to say you got somebody in the fourth or fifth, they can do the same.
Yeah, and for my opinion, I would
Salute, took
wait.
your soul.
I would wait till next year. Me and Dustin talked about this. Wait because Caleb Williams, I'm on his train. He said that
As
he
you
will
should.
play. He said that
Facts.
he
I
would
mean,
play for
straight
the
facts.
Raiders.
I've said Caleb is the truth, bro.
He
Like
said that he'll play for the Raiders, Miami, the Niners, and who else? Was them the only three?
Base,
That's,
the Raiders, Raiders, and Miami Niners.
yep.
basically all the party cities, basically.
Yeah. Hey,
Well,
and to be honest, I would take Hayner in like the fifth, sixth round if he's there as a project quarterback too.
yep.
So, like, in to answer Lunatic's question now is he said, "What do y'all think about trading back from 7 if our top choices are off the board?" I mean, look, I think I don't think we're going to trade off there because I think our pick is going to be there defensively regardless because
Yeah.
there's multiple talents there. And if not, if even if you're looking at all three quarterbacks, your three quarterbacks, one of the three would still be there then. So that would imply that they went defensive heavy uh, to be out there. So I think we would still be there, but I can see us like if somebody offered in there somewhere around 10, 12 that did want to shoot up there and get into that spot, I can see us trading out of it for sure. I
What
mean,
would be
Ziegler
the
wants
trade
picks,
though?
dude. He wants picks. Like I don't think he is worried about if he has to move back. I just think he's worried about is the value at that pick going to benefit us for his first pick as a first round pick as a Raider because the thing about Ziegler is he's talked ever since getting Devontae. He said like, "Hey, I wanted to keep those picks. I wanted to have that first and second. Like he wanted to build off that." And the fact that now that he has it, I think he's going to want to get the most valued player at that pick, so he looks good in his drafting, which
Hey,
he
hey,
takes pride
Dustin.
on massively. So I think he would want to stay there, in my opinion. Because I'm telling people, man, Ziegler knows what the fuck he's doing. He knows how to draft. This guy knows his shit. So he's gonna show it too. Like so people don't keep saying that shit. Like I bet anything. So I would just say like I think he would trade out if somebody was to offer the right. I think he's gonna try to take the best valued player at that pick if you ask me.
To go back, Stidham, they're in contract talks now as we're speaking with Stiddy. I would sign him. Might as well see what we
They're
could do
gonna
here.
sign him. Like it's a guarantee that they're in contract talks because he was Josh's dude. They traded for him. He's gonna go into free agency. He knows the playbook. They're not. What do you think he's gonna do? Just fucking up and go like, oh
And
hell, let
and
me head
going
to
back to
Philadelphia.
Rodgers too, Dustin. Like I feel like we should give Stidham his option or his true time to be a starter because he's been in their system going on 5 years now. Wouldn't this be the fifth year?
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like this. I don't care if he's a starter or not. He knows the system. I don't care if people want to keep saying like, well, he didn't have tape on him. Man, the fucking guy. That's not the first time he ever stepped on the field. He played with
Right.
the fucking New England fucking 3 times. He fucking played it all preseason fucking long.
Yeah,
And to be
yeah,
like,
he's
oh, they
good.
don't have
To be
tape or
honest,
this
he
and
did good
that.
in the preseason.
It is what it is. They can keep saying that fucking
He
narrative,
beat
but I
Nick
don't buy it.
Mullins out
And
for the backup position.
and again, long story short is that I think frickin' Stenham, if he was able to go out there and get 360,
Yeah,
363, 4 touchdowns, fucking Devontae
look what
153, 2 touchdowns. I mean, I'm pretty sure that we can roll with Stenham. If
that
I'm
I
positively sure we
agree
could.
with Lunatic too. Me and Dustin's been saying this. Let's just let Stidham go and let him. If we draft the quarterback in the later rounds, let him groom the quarterback. Because I don't want no Jimmy G. I don't want Rodgers. I told you guys why. And there's really no other quarterback out there, to be honest.
I'm actually just gonna lay my cards out right now, guys. If you guys been like reading between the lines, we've had several conversations, um, about the Raiders, about football in general. I'm actually primarily a defensive guy. Like I appreciate defensive football more than offensive football, and I would love
But
us
the
to be
league,
a dominant.
Els goes going back to that. The league is more going towards the offense now. If you notice,
Yeah, no, I completely agree, Cortez. And part of me is like I'm one of those old school guys that just loves defense. I love seeing a dominant defense, and I've never seen a dominant. Actually, that's not true. There were a couple of years, I think, like in the mid 2000s, where we had a pretty good defense, pretty solid defense. The
yeah,
offense was
Lunatic.
just
I'm not
horrible.
gonna pay Jimmy G 20 to 30 million. That takes half of if we're trying to fix our defense. I think this year we should focus on fixing our defense going into next year and taking Caleb Williams if we get the first
So,
pick next year.
so this is the thing though, Cortez. Like Lunatic is saying 25-30 mil a year. Well, that's the market rate for
I
quarterbacks now.
I
Like, that's just the
still would
market
not
rate.
pay. Still would not
That's
pay.
why I'm saying. That's why I would just pay Stenham the 5
Yeah,
or
you just
7
stick
and a
with
half.
Stidham. Yeah,
Like that's that's the way I'm rolling straight up. Chase Garber knows the system
That's
too, and he's
true,
got a
man.
really good arm. He's accurate, dude, and I wouldn't even have a problem with him competing with fucking Stenham for the starting job because I've even talked about this recently on our uh, Instagram page because I've said this, dude. Why, if the Niners can go out there and go through 3 different quarterbacks and have the same exact result throughout the year, why the fuck can't we? Like, everybody keeps putting these narratives out there like, oh, you have to be able to throw down there for fucking 50. No, you don't, dude. Like, you don't have to do that. If we get a good defense that's actually able to stop some games and we go out there and put up 24, 28 points a game, which we can because we have the receivers and halfbacks to do it, then I don't see why we can't win, dude. I mean, it's not unordinary for a fucking team to go out there and have 10-3 games or 14 to fucking 10 games and win. Like, it's not uncommon, but for us it is because our defense is never going to do that. I've said for weeks and weeks and months at a time. I've said this since the beginning of the season, man. If fucking Derek Carr goes out and puts up 40, the defense going to go out and put up 41. Like, straight the fuck up. That's how it is. Like, we can't sit and say, like, oh, our defense is so good because they're putting up 41 fucking points. And then we're going to talk about, oh, that's a good defense over there. Like, that's bullshit, man. Like, that's not even fucking. When I grew up watching football, 41 points going to get you fired probably. Like, straight up. Like, you're probably not even going to be on that fucking team, dude. Like, you're probably not even going to be coaching that team. So I just think when you're putting up that many points defensively, you're not doing your fucking job, dude. Like, period. Like, 17, 21 points, dude, per game. So 24 maybe. Depending on how the game's going down, I can see it. But man, when you're putting up that many points defensively, I mean, you're just in a shootout every single time. Then you're asking your quarterback go out every single game and just go downfield every time and go fucking win. It's not going to happen, dude, because there are other teams that do have defenses that do play. So I just say when you watch Bill Belichick's system, people sit and talk, well, I don't think you can mimic the Patriot way, and I think it's too hard to fucking. Well, the Niners doing it, and they've been doing it for a minute, dude. Like, they literally are doing exactly the same fucking thing They have their fucking team over there. They got a really good fucking defense. They got a really good fucking offensive line, and they're doing the exact same shit, just managing fucking games, and they're doing it at a very high level. Even when fucking Brady got injured in New England, the backups came in and played just as well as he fucking played as him as the starter, dude. So look at how fucking Niners are. They're doing the exact same thing right now, dude. They had 3 quarterbacks go out and still was hella competitive all the way down to the very end. NFC Championship game. So, like I said, I mean, if we can go out there and fix our defense, be competitive, dude, and be able to play like that with lesser name people, like, I don't have an issue with it, dude. Like, I really don't. I don't give a fuck if we don't have to have the best quarterback in the whole entire league. As long as we're going out there and having 10 and 12 win seasons, I can give a fuck what the dude's name is at the moment, you know. But to
Dustin,
sit here and yeah,
no, actually, just to comment on that quick point that you were making. You know what I think we need to do? Like the first order of business, if I'm Ziegler, if I'm McDaniels, I'm first trying to determine what's the identity of the team. And by that, I mean, like, what is our philosophy for winning football games? Is it building a bully on defense? Is it building a bully in the running game? Is it a version or a flavor of the air raid offense? Is it a finesse West Coast style offense? Like, what's our identity?
his identity, they already know it. It's going to be 3 wide receiver, 2 tight end draw. Like, that's how they're going to do it. Like, Josh ain't changing anything of what he's done in the Patriots. That's his plays. He drew them up. He created them, dude. Like, that's why Bill spoke on it numerous times that his offense is so hard, and it's hard for other teams to always to predict, is because he's always changing the plays, dude. Always creating new plays every single year. So he already knows what his fucking deal is going to be, and that's why you see where they're going to start. Like I said, if Foster's sitting here and he's asking for $9 million, you think they're giving it to him? No, hell no. They're going to go draft a fucking $2 million tight end, let him come out here and fucking play. They're just going to start doing, like I said, they're a system team. You guys all heard me talk about it all through most of the whole season. Like, Josh don't care about the dude's name. He doesn't care about what they have done or not. He wants them to run this play and run it the way he wants it done. That's all he gives a fuck. Systematic coach. That's all he is. Systematic coach. He knows the system will work as long as he has the right people in there, because he has the formula. He has 5 rings. He has 5 rings, him calling it. So 5 rings he got, him calling it. He's got fucking 1 as a fucking offensive coordinator assistant. So, I mean, like, he knows what the fuck he wants. He knows what he needs. And I get, like, we sit here and we sit and say, well, you have these players and you have this and you have that. It doesn't matter, dude. Like, I've spoke about it so many times. Gruden's offense, it's tandem to those type of players, dude. Like, that's the type of players Gruden needs to get in and out of cuts, go down deals. That's why I said, when people were talking about the Renfro debacle that was going on at the time, I've said, dude, like, he doesn't care if Renfro goes over there and can juke motherfuckers 2-3 times. And dude, he just cares that the guy, when he calls this play, that fucker runs the slant the way that he needs it run, you know, or the drag or the fucking post or the curl. Like, he needs it done the way he drew it up on that page. He don't give shit about anything else. So I've just said, like, he's just a systematic dude. And I don't know. I like I said, I don't care what they do. And for people to sit and say, like, oh, Josh, he can't develop quarterbacks, and that's bullshit. That's a straight bullshit narrative. I don't even know where people get that shit, but they can think that all they want. But the guy has done pretty fucking well with New England with every single deal. People can say all they want about Tebow, but Tebow did go to the playoffs with John Fox, dude, in the same deal. Like, he didn't just fucking suck. He was ousted out of the NFL because of his beliefs. It wasn't because he couldn't play football, you know. So I'm not going to sit here and bag on the dude and just come up with fake excuses. The guy knows what he's doing. He knows how to create fucking movement out there. He knows how to work with people. So I just sit and think, like, and in my opinion, like, he's a pretty damn good coach. I think if he gets the right players behind him, I think if Stenham, like I keep saying this, if they fix the line, the offensive line to where it holds a little bit more. I mean, fuck, I said this all year. They were holding the line at like 4.4 seconds for Derek Carr, and he was fucking having a harder problem when he was getting the ball off at 2.3 seconds the year before, and he was doing way better. So I don't know what the hell the issue is with that, but if Stidham's getting 4.4 seconds back there and as mobile as he is and how much he can get in and out of there, I think he's going to do just fine. Like, Stidham's going to get his first win. Is he going to go win 10 games? No, but we can't have our cake and ice cream too, cake and ice cream and eat it too, because if you go quarterback, you don't get defense. If you build truly like people say, like they truly want to do is build defense, then you have to go fucking spend your money on the defense. That means the offense ain't going to get the fucking, big name quarterback that they're looking for. So I don't know. I think, like I said, I mean, I would rather build a defense, man, and go that route, dude, and just actually have a true defense for once and for all, dude. If that's what they can do, like, I'm all for it. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm all for it, and I would love to get Caleb next year. And if they tag on Jacobs and somebody bites on that fucking deal and gives us 2 firsts for Jacobs, we go into next year and we have 7 fucking wins. We have 7 wins or 6 wins out there, and then we can go in there. We have our first, then Jacob's first for trading them, dude. I mean, we're getting Caleb. Like, we're gonna get Caleb, even if they ask for 4 first round picks. We're getting Caleb. So, like I said, I would bet on Caleb, man. Like, I really would. I would love to get Stroud. I mean, I've talked about Stroud so much because I believe he fit this system so good. Like, I truly believe Stroud's the quarterback for this system, this team with Josh. That's my opinion. That's my belief. That's the way I look at him and see the way that Josh play calls and the way that he can play with the arm, the vision. That's why I've even spoke on my page even more about if Chase was to battle out fucking Stedham. I mean, Stedham lacks in arm talent and stuff like that, where Chase doesn't. Chase got an arm. He can get it downfield, dude. He is accurate. Like, he will stay in that pocket a little bit more. So, and he still does have the mobility where he will run. So I've said, let him go in there and compete against it. If we go defense and get somebody like Miles Murphy at 7 to pair with Max, I mean, I think we're doing pretty damn good, So I would go that route 100%. And then, I mean, there's a lot of picks that can go there at 7. Like, there's multiple. You can have corners, D linemen, D tackles, D tackles, D ends, linebacker. I mean, there's multiple players there that can be safety. You can have safety there. I mean, shit, dude, fuck, depending on how hard somebody wants fucking Addison from USC, I mean, there's quite a bit of people you can pick right there. Imagine if you had Addison with Devontae for the next 5 years, like, that'd be pretty fucking fire. So I would just say, like, there's a lot of picks you can have at that 7. Salute, James, appreciate you, bro. Frickin' salute, Hyperbolic. Salute to everybody here in the chat. Appreciate you guys, man. I'll get you rambling and here, so I appreciate all you guys being here, asking questions, putting them out there. Really do appreciate it. Like I say, man, I mean, do you guys have anything you want to say about this, or?
You can go out if you want.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say and echo what Dustin was saying. I think we should stay put at 7 and pick the best available player. I think, depending on the position that's available there at 7, sometimes the value gets overinflated, and I think that happens a lot with quarterbacks. Just because the guy's a quarterback, then all of a sudden his, where he's picked, it's a more premium position. But I think Ziegler should ignore that. I think he should draft the best available player at 7. Shit, we have so many needs on this team, especially on the defensive side of the ball. If he just went ahead and drafted the best defensive player at 7, I'd be happy. But I'd be happiest if he went ahead and drafted the best defensive line player at 7, whether that's a DN, a D tackle, or shit, even an outside linebacker, given the fact. What was that, Cortez?
We need to focus on linebacker, defensive back. The D tackle could be fixed.
So I disagree, Cortez. I think, and I've harped on this several times. I think the defensive line is where everything
When
starts.
hey, let me ask you this, Els Ghost. When was the last time that we had a good linebacker that did everything?
I mean, it's been a while, Cortez. I mean, Denzel Perryman had a good year last year, but he's
But he's not a
mostly a run
cover
defender.
linebacker. We need an all linebacker, middle linebacker.
I agree. That's definitely like a
Like
need,
that's
but
my priority over a defensive tackle.
that's definitely a
I want
need. But
somebody because mostly they are the quarterback of the defense, so they tell where the
but
defensive tackles you got to be there.
So I 100% agree because, and I'll tell you why. And I'm not saying that if you get two good edge rushers that you can't apply pressure and get back there, but teams can set up for that too. So if teams know that you're just going to keep coming in pressure like that, dude, and keep pushing, they're just going to do drop off back slants and fucking drags. Like they can beat the pressure. It's not something that they can't do. So the thing I would agree is I think in our team we've lacked the linebacker position for a long time. I believe
20
that the
years
linebacker is
at
the
least.
true quarterback of the defense. He's the one that's the leader. He's the one that sees. He's the one that pushes. He's the one that pulls. He tells people to stay. He sees the field from the middle of it where he sees it over the top and from the back. Like I think the middle linebacker is the most crucial part in a defense for damn sure. I like the pressure. Like don't get me wrong, but if you go out there and get Miles Murphy, like, yes, I would take him in the first round because I feel like his talent there would be fire as hell. But I don't think you would take Drew Anderson at 7 over Miles Murphy. But if Miles Murphy's not there, Drew Anderson's there. I mean, come on. I mean, it depends on how you're looking at your needs at that point, too. So, I, like I said, I think Drew Anderson's a really good linebacker. He's just really good tackling linebacker, really getting off the edge type kind of guy. I want more coverage dudes, probably more like Tutu. So I would prefer him over there. But like I said, depending in the draft how you're picking, I would say you're not going to get the linebacker we need at 7. It's going to be an edge corner or somebody of that. I feel, or D tackle. I think it'll be D tackle. I just don't think there's a linebacker at 7 that would have the value, especially the way the board may fall, that would be valued at that point, in my opinion, because I would think it would have to be Drew. So I don't know if I do that. But either way, for me, like I said, you can do either way. You can put pressure in the middle. I mean, Aaron Donald and them only won one Super Bowl. I mean, I just think when you're looking at good teams like when Ray Lewis and Brian Urlacher and them were there, and those dudes were true frickin' linebackers that dominated the field like that. We've just not had it for a long time period. And I mean, again, like I said, we're not going to get it at the 7th pick anyway. So I would agree that the linebacker is very crucial for our team massively. We already have a Chandler Jones and that. We get a good D tackle that puts pressure up there. Chandler probably becomes a whole different player, dude. Like Chandler is not fucking 25 years old, but I bet you Chandler can win a lot of one-on-ones. I mean, look what he did to fucking Trent Brown when he sucked that bull in and spun around him and still drug out on the quarterback right away. I mean, it's not like he just lacks. He just ain't gonna beat double coverage, like he's not gonna do that. So,
but going into that, I prefer a corner over a DT, Dustin. We need corner. If we don't get one in free agency, we need one.
I disagree, guys, on that point. Just real quick, Cortez. I agree. Like, so this is the thing. I agree and disagree. So I agree with you, Cortez. We have a need at cornerback. That's obvious. But for me, when I think about, and this is just like my own defensive philosophy.
And let me say this one more thing. What happens if we get a D tackle in free agency?
So just a second.
We already have one. We have 2 of them. Like that's what I'm sitting here thinking. We already have 2 of them.
So let me get this thought out real quick, guys. So for me, in terms of my defensive philosophy, I think all that shit starts up front. When you generate pressure and fucking pressure bust pipes, you got the quarterback back there coughing like Dustin is coughing right now. Like it's uncomfortable for the guy. It's uncomfortable for the guy out there. And let's be honest, guys, over the past few seasons, opposing quarterbacks are back there, baking cookies and shit. Like they just have so much time. And when you have pressure up front, This is what it means. It means that you don't necessarily need top end cornerback play. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need, a sideline to sideline linebacker. Would it be nice? Yeah, it would be nice. Would it be nice to have a cover corner on both sides? Absolutely. But I think when you have pressure up front, it solves a lot of problems. And you don't need the elite guys back there in the secondary.
Yeah, but I think if you have a corner and a linebacker that's blocking out the field, then how's the guy going to throw the ball to him? Like, he's stuck holding the ball, so you may not need the most elite people getting after him, but somebody's going to get back there eventually. After usually after about 3 to 5 seconds, somebody's going to get behind the line. So if you got good lockdown corners and the quarterback can't get the ball out to him because they're going to pick him off, or a linebacker that's sitting there spying him or watching him because he knows that's what he's going to do, I mean, that changes games a lot, dude. Those guys in the middle of the field like that, especially a linebacker, he can cut off fields and fucking lanes just by being there, by jumping up, putting his arm in the way, like him locking in on those dudes. Like I've said, I think linebackers and corners are very crucial. I think, like, if I was building a team and I have Max Crosby.
Put up poor Adelaide's comment, the one about dominant teams. I completely agree with that.
I just wanted to say this here is on fucking Ozzy here. I've said this about Josh all year long, bro. Like, I've said this about all year long. What comment?
The one that says dominant teams have dominant DT or at least decent pass rush. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So I want to just okay, how many Super Bowls they got? Can you guys go get that info? Because I can tell you a lot of them. I mean, I just said the most dominant D tackle in football got one Super Bowl in the whole time of his career. Like, I get it, dude. Like they say, even going into the Super Bowl and the deal, the Chiefs ain't got no motherfucking dominant pass rush in that. Like, they don't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Chandler, or what is it, Chris Jones is good, but fuck, I mean, the rest of that team ain't fucking that all fucking dominant, dude. I mean, even over on Philly, they had a pretty good team over there, but I mean, fuck, I don't think they were getting over there after him dominantly, So, and they had Sue, they had fucking Limbaugh Joseph, dude. Like, they had hella people inside there, and they still, what was the score in that game? 37 points, 34-37, somewhere in that point. Like, so I don't know. They spent every dollar they had on that team over there and still got beat by a team that wasn't even close to their team. Not even close defense. Fucking dudes had rookies all over their team, so the Chiefs. But that's why I just say, like, sometimes even having the most dominant defense ain't even doing shit when they ain't stopping putting up points. Fucking, again, when you're putting up 30-something points, I don't think you can just count your defense as an F that day for me. Like, this ain't fucking Madden, dude. Like, 4 quarters, 60 points. Like, fuck, that's crazy. Like, in all my life of growing up, good defenses will control games between 17 and 21, 24 points. Like, that's where they would be the whole time. Like, fuck, just go watch Baltimore, the Steelers, the Bears. Like, you can watch multiple of those teams, the Niners. I mean, you can look in the Seahawks. You can look in a lot of games in those times. So, but I don't know.
So at 7, just to be clear, Dustin, and same question for you, Cortez. Are you guys taking the top linebacker available? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, hell no.
What are you
I just said I want to take the top linebacker at 7. There's no way. We missed out on linebacker with White, but I think White's trash though, bro. I mean, I think White's so overrated just because of that Super Bowl, dude. Like, I think White, I wouldn't even take White. I don't like him, man. He had 2 best teams in the Super Bowl. Both had high-powered offenses. Yeah, I mean, that's facts. And Al, to answer you, like, I would say, did you say, if I remember, you said would I take the linebacker at 7?
Yeah, is that what you're saying? You're
no.
taking the best available linebacker?
I said before we started this conversation that there's no way I'm going to take the best linebacker at 7 because I've said it would probably be Drew Anderson, and I'm not going to draft him at that spot for me because if Miles Murphy's there, he's most definitely coming on to my team just because of the player he is. 6'5", 275, fucking freak athlete, dude. Like, this fool is like fucking Ed Too Tall Jones, fucking Matt Crosby type fucking length, dude. He's bigger than Crosby. Like, he's like Ed Too Tall Jones type body stature, everything. Like, this fool, he ain't gonna be no joke, dude. Like, so I'd probably shoot after Miles Murphy, but I have a feeling, like we were talking about the other night when I was thinking about this, he'll probably end up in Detroit when we were talking about the players. So I think he can probably end up in Detroit, but unless they just drop DJ Chark and want fucking Addison for some reason or Johnson, you know, I don't. But I'm just saying that if it is, but I think it's gonna be Miles Murphy, but I would love to get him here. But again, I would take corner over the linebacker at that point. You know, I would take fucking Witherspoon out there. I mean, I would take fucking what's the other guy's name? Gonzalez, I think. Gonzalez. Yeah, I mean, there's numerous other dudes I'd pick at that spot, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, dude, I think I think there's a lot of options there at 7. There's flexibility there. I'd be interested to see what Ziegler ends up doing. Maybe he actually like moves down, dude, and even accumulates even more draft capital. You just never know with that guy. He's such a I get the sense that Ziegler's you know, the fucker's like playing chess in a good way. And so I think it's possible that he could, you know, possibly even move down and pick up additional draft capital. We'll see.
If I was taking, he said I would take a D line at 7. I would take dude that's at Clemson, right there if I was taking a D lineman. So I mean, what the fuck is that guy's name? Fucking.
Are you talking about the guy from Baylor, Siaki or Siaki?
Nah, man, he's from Clemson, man. Starts with the B. Fucking. Oh, I don't have my papers.
It's Breezy. Breezy.
Is he a D
I don't
tackle
have
or
my
D-end?
papers. Nah, he's a D tackle, dude. He's 300 pounds, dude. He's
Breezy.
badass.
Breezy's
Yeah,
his
he
name, I
tore his
Oh, Brian
ACL.
Breezy.
Yeah, he
Breezy,
tore his
yeah.
ACL, and he's a really good player. So I'd probably take him for sure if I was taking the D tackle at that point, at that spot at 7 for damn sure. But I would
Hey,
still
Dustin,
take
you
Miles
ready to
Murphy.
do
I
this
mean,
thing real
there's
quick?
no doubt. There's no doubt about if I would or not. Tyree Wilson, Texas Tech, is a better prospect than Miles Murphy. I don't think so.
Who?
Yeah, Gonzalez from Oregon.
Who's
He said
Bates?
that.
Never heard of that dude's name.
He said Tyree Wilson. I mean, I like Tyree Wilson for sure, but there's no way. There's no way.
No,
But
I
like
don't
I
want
said, it is.
Weatherspoon, man. I do not like Weatherspoon. My corner will be there in the 2nd round.
I've said Weatherspoon would be a good pick at 7. He would be a good pick because he is a really good corner. I've made posts on him. I've made posts on my page about him and spoke on him. I mean, I think Witherspoon would be a good pick there because he has good attributes, and I think he could help with Lakia and not have to pay him a lot at that spot. That'd be phenomenal. I'd do it.
Hey, I told you guys Wednesday who's my favorite corner. He's a Tariq Woolen type of dude.
Yeah, I like Gonzalez too. He's really good. Gonzalez is really good too. So I would take him at 7. I would take him at 7, probably over Witherspoon for sure.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
And like I said, if you can go to 10 and still get him, I would, or 12. So I'd be anywhere in there and do it.
Dustin?
But I don't know, man. Weatherspoon's no slouch, so I wouldn't sleep on that guy. That guy is not going to be a slouch. Yeah, but I wouldn't go off of what their dad's name and stuff. I would go off who they are.
Just by himself.
Yeah, I would still take Gonzalez, and I would still probably go Witherspoon before him. I
But,
want to take
but to
Porter
be
at
honest, I
7.
would wait for the second round for a corner.
That's what I'm saying, because you could probably have really good D tackle, D edge on the line right there, and then you don't have to bring back Billings and so on. Because if you get a first round pick D tackle, obviously he's playing for sure, so he's going to be playing right off the get go. And then if you're
And
going,
to be honest, I
if
don't
you're
think
getting
that
D
they're gonna
tackle,
go
then
for
D in, then
a
D
deep.
in. But again, you think they're going to pay Chandler $17.5 million to be a backup? That would mean that they've
Hell
probably
no.
already restructured his contract and shown like that's a player of need. If quarterback, like I said, they're going to have two different boards there. They're going to have one if the quarterback's there at 7, that they're getting the quarterback, but it is not going to be Anthony Richards. Like, I hope to God, listen, I'll tell you right now, I hope to God that a team takes that motherfucker first pick overall, dude. Like, I swear to God, dude. Like, that'd be the biggest mistake in your life, dude. 1 minute, like, this is what I think is just so mind blowing about this conversation. 1 minute, you're sitting here saying, like, man, this guy's a great prospect, dude. You know, he's fucking, gonna probably be, late first, maybe second. He's raw talent, this, that, the other. Fucking pick him up there. Motherfucker all of a sudden jumped over dudes that are gonna be franchise quarterbacks that got accuracy, got vision, don't have these problems that this motherfucker's had his whole time, and he just all of a sudden goes to first. Like, please, some motherfucker take that dude. Like, I swear to God, like, we're getting Stroud or Levis 100%. Like, we're gonna get our quarterback 100% to go out. Like, but I would think that's so crazy. Like, we are not picking that fool there. There is just, I don't see how there's any way. And I think people keep saying, like, I've had people send me the article and they're like, look at Vegas. That it's Vegas, it's the betting odds, motherfucker. It ain't Las Vegas, the Raiders sitting there saying that, oh, that guy's that. No, motherfucker, it's the betting odds at the fucking, probably the MGM bet, dude, where they're fucking, that's why it's saying Vegas, dude. Like, it ain't saying like the Vegas Raiders, dude. Like, I think that's so crazy, man. Like, I don't know. I just think there's no way I'm taking that dude at that pick. I wouldn't even think about it, dude. I wouldn't even think about it.
Completely.
Yeah, we can't hear you. Speak up louder.
What's that?
Can't hear it. You can't hear you. He said, I agree. Richard's hype is height and weight. His numbers are not great.
When you're ready,
rather draft defense and first and draft hooker and second.
No,
I mean, fuck. There's other quarterbacks. I would draft later on.
The
like,
reason that I do not
later
like
on.
Richard, he's up there in age.
Well, he's 25. I mean, he'll be 25 on there, so he could be a good quarterback. I just think, like, I said this on our show just a few days ago, dude. I said, watch, there's going to be another I swear, dude, this is what happened.
Bro,
dude,
we thought.
First they come out and said that, what was it? They were talking fucking AR. Then it was Stanford. Then it's fucking this other quarterback. Now it's fucking, it was fucking Jake. Now it's going to be this guy. Like, they're going to keep doing this. And then people are going to keep coming back with the same fucking argument. Oh, this guy. I've said this. I just said, like, on our the show on Monday, I said, watch, they're going to come out with another article about another fucking quarterback, and people are going to jump over on that motherfucker. Like, the thing is like, for real.
He's already 25, Dustin.
Yeah, the reality is that if you're getting a quarterback and you want a quarterback, it's going to be Bryce, it's going to be motherfucking Stroud, or it's going to be Levis. They're fucking in. Like, if you're getting one of those guys, so look, I feel like if you're getting Hooker, all you're doing is trying to replace fucking Stenham. Like, that's all you're doing. Like, that's how I really feel. Like, those quarterbacks aren't even on these dudes' deal. So could anything happen? Yes, but let's be real. Let's be just real. Let's not sit and say all these dudes, right? Let's go back and say, Crow, fucking, Willis, fucking, Howell, fucking, all these dudes, dude. Where the fuck are they? All the dudes were hyping those. Oh, these guys are so fucking. Oh, look at this guy. Look at how this guy's playing. Motherfuckers all backups. They ain't even fucking playing, and the ones that are playing just suck, dude. Like, so I don't know. I'm not for. I don't know. I don't know. Fuck that. I ain't trying to go get those type of players. I'd rather just say if those three quarterbacks ain't there, pick your defense. You already got two quarterbacks on the team that know the offense. So I'd probably say like in rounds 4 and 5 because I got multiple draft picks. I'd probably entertain the quarterback. Maybe round 3 because I think we have a few round 3 picks. So I'd probably entertain a quarterback the earliest round 3 and probably the latest. Well, I mean, I'm just saying like the earliest 3, maybe 5. Like that's probably where I would be looking at if I was just thinking because if you're not getting him in the first round, you're most definitely probably not tripping on the second round. And I don't think you're worrying about your future about 3 years down the fucking road with Richardson. I mean, if anybody's even watched video on this dude or watched him play, they would know. Like that, I just think it's crazy. I get that. What did he grade out at an 80, 82? Like fucking there, and we're talking about like this guy's gonna come over here. He's leading the fucking to the fucking
I don't
Super
care
Bowl.
about.
Like
I
fuck,
just
come
no.
on.
Fuck that. I don't want no.
Here's the problem. People are caught up on the fact that we haven't been winning, and I've heard this quite often here as recent. People are like, well, but we have these players. We're gonna waste another year. So fucking what? Yes, we're gonna waste their year away, no matter who the fuck we have at quarterback. I'm sorry, no quarterback right now that we can bring in that's an option. No one will get you 10+ wins. I guarantee you. I'm putting money on that.
That's why we're gonna go with Stidham. Stidham could get a 7, most 7 wins.
And look at this here. So Ozzy, you said 175 QBR, 69% completion, 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Man, that sounds like a guy that just did those numbers right there just what, a year ago, so 2 years ago, and he's about to be the fuck up out of here, and his name's Carson fucking Wentz. Like that fool over there in the fucking Colts went what, 24, 27, and 4. So his ass got shipped the fuck on. Like those numbers ain't really good numbers in the NFL on certain teams, period. So I don't know. I mean, I want to be comparing those numbers like that. If it would said like 50 fucking touchdowns and fucking 5 picks, then maybe, like I'd probably be entertaining that for sure.
No longer base stats no longer matter. I don't care what you say. If it doesn't lead you to wins or 2, if you could have the most unimpressive, like I said, that season's cool and all, but that's not that's a 25-year-old quarterback we're talking about. That's not, if that's a 21-year-old quarterback, that's a different conversation. We can have that.
Yeah, he's 25. Like
you were about to be 26, entering your rookie year. I don't want you.
At the end of the season, he'll be. The end of the season, he'll be 26.
Here's the thing: it don't matter because at the end, it's again, he's the oldest quarterback here. He's as old as Stetson Bennett. And there's people like, oh, but we need winning quarterbacks. Okay, then you're telling me we should draft Stetson Bennett? No, that's the thing. Just winning doesn't matter either because some quarterbacks are carried to their success. Let's just be honest, man. That's just how it is. And
I'd rather go with Stidham. Like I'll roll with Stidham.
So look, I'll say this like this. So look, older quarterbacks at 25 years old, and they're coming in and trying to learn systems. I mean, I agree. Okay, I don't think age should matter, especially like you're saying, some of these guys are playing till 35, 40 years old. So even at 25, 10 years, it's pretty long time. I mean, fuck, we had fucking Carr. We had Carr for 10 years. So 10 years is a long time. So, but long story short is you want a guy for 20 years if he's winning. You don't want a guy for 20 years if he ain't winning. Like, you're not trying to go, like, let me go get that fucker for 20 years if he's not winning. Like, I'm not trying to do that. So, and I've spoke on this. I've made a post about this. If you're looking at AR, right? If you're looking at AR and you want to be real, about it, people are sitting here saying, like, the Raiders need to go get him. Raiders need to do that. No, we don't. No, the fuck we don't. AR needs to go to a team like the Lions where they already have a quarterback. He's already in play. He has a few more years, dude. They're looking to move off. He has a team to go right behind him. That's a really good team. He has the time to develop. They have the coaching staff to develop him. That's a very crucial point in the whole entire matter. And I've said, like, it's easy for people to sit and project players to certain destinations, but we don't have the people to develop it. Listen, if we couldn't develop Carr to be able to have a winning season and that we faltered on him that fast, we're not going to be able to turn AR into some fucking godsend quarterback in a year. So he's going to sit for 2-3 years. There's no doubt about it. So if you're looking at a type player like him, for him to be successful and be into a deal, I think Detroit would make way more sense for AR than the Raiders by far. So
Heck, I put
I
Aaron
just
Rodgers
think when
on
you're looking at,
Washington, dude.
say again,
Aaron Rodgers on Washington would be perfect.
It's not gonna happen.
But they're not gonna
yeah,
trade
that
him
ain't
to
gonna
the
happen.
NFC because they don't want him in the same conference.
But at the end of the day, I don't think age matters. I think what like, so look, I hear this debacle all the time and debate about certain things about when people do redrafts after the season's over, right? There's a lot of people that say, like, man, I would take that guy for sure if we redrafted again next year. You know that now. Obviously, the people in the NFL didn't even know it then, so they obviously didn't even go. I mean, where did Jefferson go? He went like at 22. Like, where did fucking dude fucking from the Colts, the halfback? He was what, second round? I mean,
Oh, Nyheim
Hey,
no,
Ray.
no, freaking the other guy, fucking
Taylor.
no, yeah, Taylor, fucking Taylor.
Hey,
Like,
Ray.
the thing
Yo,
is like, people don't know where these dudes are at until they go to those teams and play. And I've always said this: the reason that a lot of times that those guys actually shine and become the players they are is it's not because the team has to be so great. It's that there's a coach on that team, like for us, like Edgar Bennett, like a Edgar Bennett on their fucking team. So when this receiver goes over there, it's not that the team's good; it's that Edgar Bennett was good. He was the one that developed them. So implying that if this receiver goes to another team, he's going to have the same production, that's just bullshit, because that guy's not there that taught him that. There's very few dudes that just come out and have just mad raw talent that just produce on that a lot. A lot of it has to do with the training, the coaching, the developing. Like, that's reality. So when you're seeing those things, when people go by it, you have to think, if those guys were seen that way in the draft, they would have never made it into the positions that they were, because they would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, like, they would have came off the board like that. They wouldn't have been, oh fuck, this guy's so good, but fucking he's not top 5. This motherfucker top 25. You know what I mean? So just like Max Crosby, fucking 4th round, dude, he ends up being the best out there in the whole NFL. Top, at least one of the best in the whole NFL. So I don't know. I've always said I hate the draft. I hate things like that. But if you're asking me, if you're going into the draft and you're trying to go build up your team and you didn't take a quarterback at 1, I don't think on our mind quarterback is going to be at 2, because we're going to have better defensive picks at 1 and 2. I think you're going to look at quarterbacks from 3 and 5, and all that's telling you is you're not looking for your quarterback of the future. You're just looking at a quarterback to put on the roster so you can get it through next year. Because I've said, if you go into next year and you have anywhere between, another deal make a post, if you have another between 5 and 7 wins, for us, we're going to be right back where we're at. And if they do put the tender on Jacobs, because if they tag him, people are like, well, they'll tag him and he'll play. Yeah, but that tag has an exclusive right on it. That tag has 2 first-round right on first-round picks for him. So for us, we're sitting here thinking like, yeah, nobody's going to go put up 2 first rounds for Josh Jacobs, but there could be a team out there that's like, yeah, bullshit. They'll be like, bullshit. Like, Josh Jacobs is a straight dog, bro. Like, Josh Jacobs ain't like all these pussy ass halfbacks out there in the NFL, dude. Like, this fool's like a straight pit bull. Like, he will straight hit you right in the mouth and keep on going, dude. Like, you are not going to tackle this fool on the first try, dude. He's going to hit you and keep on going, like, out. Like, Jacobs is not a normal halfback. So people are sitting here thinking like, oh, if they put the tag, we're going to have, I don't know, man. There could be a team out there that thinks that they need that motherfucker to get over the top, dude. And I keep saying Buffalo for sure, dude. Like, people are like, oh, they have a halfback. Listen, the fucking Arizona fucking drafted, I think it was that quarterback fucking Oh,
Rosen.
Rosen, and then they fucking went and traded out the very next year for Kyler. You know what I mean? Like, just because a guy has somebody there at the moment doesn't mean that it's the best option. A better option can come along and that dude go right the fuck off or get traded. So for me, I feel like when people are looking at these conversations or how they are, we can tag them and hope for the best that we get them at that. Like, that's what we can hope. But there is a reality that a team could come along and put that fucking bid on him and take him for those two first because they feel he's going to be a bigger need to their team. Like, just straight punch him down. I mean, if the Niners, dude, let's say the Niners had 2 first-round picks and they can put it on, but I know they have McCaffrey, so I'm just saying, but I'm using them for an example because if you have Josh in the Niner system where he's just gonna fucking punch it in, oh man, that team's gonna be danger, bro. Like, straight fucking danger. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't think Josh should be viewed like he's not Ezekiel Elliott, dude. Like, he's not an Ezekiel Elliott. I've always said if you find Josh on the injury report, he's gonna play better that day. If he's on the injury report, he's going for 200, bro. Like, he's on the injury report, he's going for 150. Like, Josh is better hurt. Like, so for me, and I think when players like him get that kind of money, people say, oh, they get No, dude, that fool came from a poor atmosphere. He lived in fucking cars. Like, dudes like those they don't get lazy because they can't be lazy. He went through hard life, dude. I grew up in the streets like that, dude. Like, you don't get fucking lazy. You work harder. That's why I have what I have. That's why my family, the things that I do, because that mentality doesn't leave you. That shit stays with you, dude. It doesn't matter how much money you have or not. That's who you are as a person, dude. So I think when you're giving Josh that, I've said this, Josh can become like the Tom Brady, LeBron. Like, he can get that money, dude. He can condition. He can make himself better. He can get those types of trainers. Like, he would do it, dude, because right now he wants to punch that ball down your throat. So, like I said, you tag him like that could be dangerous conversation. And but again, if they do take him, then it's a benefit to us because to get back on the topic is that if we go out and we're in the top 5 or 6 in the pick and say we got Josh's next year first, we got 2 first picks right there to go trade up. And if somebody says like, okay, you want our first round pick or our first overall, or say you got to trade to 1 or 2 because this is defense, they don't need a quarterback. So if they say we want 4 first, like that's nothing. That's nothing, dude. We just got 2 for Josh. We're gonna give you this one this year. We're gonna give you that one next year, and then probably 1 a following year, so we can have 1 first round in there. And bam, we get our future quarterback, dude. I'm telling you, Caleb. People say like, "Oh, how are you gonna beat the Chiefs?" Caleb's gonna beat the Chiefs. Like, bro, Caleb is that guy. Like, he's that fucking dude. Caleb's gonna beat the Chiefs, bro. So I think fucking he's gonna compete with them at a very high level too. So
let's go, Caleb Williams.
If we were to get Caleb Williams, that'd be the best chance we've had in forever to actually contend in this division. I don't get why. I mean, people there's people like, oh, but we need a quarterback this year. No, the fuck we don't. We don't. Because why take a quarterback when you can get? I mean, if you have the chance to go get Caleb Williams, there's no way you can tell me you're gonna shy away from getting Caleb fucking Williams. And he's clear as day the number 1 quarterback in the next year class as of right now.
And to that point, Silver and Black Report, to chime in here, to build anything the right way, fuck, if you're building a house, if you're building a family, if you're building anything, that shit takes time. It takes time and effort, and you got to build piece by piece. And I think this year, just very quickly, I think this year is going to be the year where Ziegler and McDaniels are, if we're thinking about this as a building or a home, this is the year where they're excavating the fucking foundation, right? They're laying down the rebar, they're pouring the concrete, and then you actually build the house and add the windows and add the pretty designs and all that, and you actually decorate it. But this year is the year where you're actually like digging the hole and pouring the concrete and putting the rebar in there. So I think as much as this sucks for me to say, Silver and Black Report, as much as this sucks for me to say, we just got to be patient because we've been the most patient fan base in the NFL for the past 2 decades. Probably Cleveland Browns fans are also the same way, but we just have to be patient. They have to build it the right way. Go ahead.
That's the problem. That's the thing. That's what I've been trying to say from the start because people aren't listening. say we have to tank for Caleb. People are like, oh, but you have quarterbacks in this class you could easily take. But you also have a defensive class that is top heavy with corners, top heavy with defensive linemen that would instantly improve your defense. The thing is, this is the year that you actually have to finally attempt. Say, yes, this the number one problem we've had over the past 3 to 5 years, whatever you want to count, has been defense. I don't care what you tell me. The statistics back it up. We have trash defense year in, year out. Build the defense. Give Patrick Graham zero excuses to use at the end of the year if you fucking suck. Because if you're going to the end of the year and you're a bottom 5 defense, don't give him that excuse that he didn't have his talent. If he has the guys that he pushed for, you have to fire him if he sucks then, because then that's a problem on him. That's on part of coaching. Build the defense, finally lay down the because there's no point in drafting a quarterback and having the same problem. When are you going to fix defense? That's my question. In these next 2 off seasons, if you don't mess this up, you have a team that's looking into 2024, 2025 as a true contender, right?
So Silver and Black report, just to jump in here real quick. The concern that I have is
I'm fucking dead, bro. I'm fucking dead.
So to jump in here real quick, the concern that I have is I completely agree, right? I think all of us are in agreement. We need to build this defense. We need to have a competent defense going forward, because we haven't had a competent defense in forever. But the concern that I have is we're going to go ahead and go grocery shopping for a guy in Patrick Graham who we don't know if he's the right guy, right? And based on discussions,
but I don't. So look, I've been thinking about this after we've had this conversation a few times. So I'm gonna tell you, I don't think it matters. It's not about Graham. It's about Ziegler. It's about what Ziegler sees, his design, his deal. You can't coach him. I'm gonna get someone that can. Like, he's not gonna let them come in and fuck up his draft picks. Like, that's not going to happen. This is Ziegler's picks from here out, dude. If you don't produce with them, you ain't coaching with them, bro. Like, straight up. It ain't, like I said, like, I get people think like, oh, Josh has this power. Like, he's not Gruden for one. And yeah, does he pick his deal? But at the end of the day, Ziegler's going to be like, yeah, that fool going the fuck out of here, dude. Like, those are my picks. He knows he scouts them well. So I don't think that if Ziegler or if Graham don't coach him, he's going to be the hell out of here. And I don't think they're going to go out and switch players, because, again, at the end of the day, Ziegler's going to come back and say, it wasn't Patrick Graham that fucking drafted that dude. It wasn't Patrick Graham that went out and scouted him. It was me. I went out with my scouting team and our people. I was the one that validated that this player was worth getting. He may have liked him, but it was up to me at the end of the day. Just like he said in his presser, that at the end of the day, it's going to come through his table and he's going to have the last say on it, dude. Like, this guy is not no slouch, dude. Like, people keep thinking like Ziegler is sleeping, dude. This dude is not fucking sleeping, dude. And if people think that, you better go do some fucking homework, because Ziegler's on top of his shit like a A++, fucking, like, he's a hawk, bro. Like, that fool's a fucking bald eagle flying fucking in the sky, just scout motherfuckers at fucking miles ahead, dude. Like, Ziegler has great player evaluation. He sees declines. He sees where people are going, dude. Like, this dude knows his shit. So
good pickups in this past offseason. I'm not gonna lie,
he's gave some great cuts, dude, and got great return. Like, that fool fucking sees it fucking before anybody. Like, that dude's good.
People are not ready, because here's the thing. I'm not in no way of what I've said so far. In no way am I questioning Ziegler. I know Ziegler knows what the hell he's doing.
But I'm just saying, what I'm saying at the end of the day, when people say Graham, it's Ziegler's guy. Like, he's just asking Graham to coach the player, and this is going to be the first time, like, he's going to get those players. And just to touch up on the deal again is that you're looking at Neil Farrell and Butler, and people are like, well, why didn't they start? And how can they're fucking 4th and 5th round picks, dude? Like, you're asking 4th and 5th round picks to play over veteran players you just signed in free agency. Like, that doesn't even make sense. They got to first beat them. They got to first beat them at those ranks,
Always start the rookie right away, right? Not every rookie should start. right? And that's why I actually believe this next year, like if you actually give Thayer a chance and these guys that you just drafted a chance, they're going to compete and some of them are going to start. I believe Thayer Munford has a chance to start this next year because he did show. I liked what he showed when he played, And I know he was kind of on and off the field quite often, but man, you give him some more reps, man, he's going to continue to impress. Just like Dylan Parham, who might be the starting center for next year. So, lots of things to take in. And, to take in is, the progression of these players that he drafted, right? Some got to play more. Neil Farrell and Matthew Butler, they're going to be guys that, they're going to be underwatched because they didn't perform year one or they didn't play much. Now you get to give him a full offseason because we got to think about also, he didn't get a full offseason with us. He was more with us at the end. So this is his first full offseason with his team.
Yeah, and that's facts. And they do develop their rookies. Like they do it right. That's why they're sitting here saying a seventh round pick can probably be starting at right tackle next year with Munford, and they're talking about that already. Like that's where they see the development on him. They're sitting here saying like, well, Butler and Neil Farrell didn't play. Yeah, Neil Farrell played, dude, bro. He fucking graded out 83-85 against the Kansas City first game in the season. They put Jonathan Hankins and traded his ass to Dallas right after that because they know in the future that this dude's going to play that spot very well and be a starter probably in there, dude. Like, they got their players in there. They started, but again, they got to be. Look, he's going to have 11 picks, bro. In this last draft, he had Parham in the third round. Like, what do people think because he produced so well? He was a first round pick. That fool was a third round pick, dude. Like, he goes out there, he gets Neil Farrell, Matthew Butler. I love both of them. They're great products. They're good bodied players. They're going to do the job. Like Matthew Butler had half a sack in there at the end of the season. Like they got good bodied players. Like that's what they want is good bodied players that play that position very well. Tyler Hall got picked up towards the end of the year, became one of the best corners out there that we even had on the team, dude. You're looking at Tillery got picked up, dude, added to the defensive line instantly, dude. Like, these guys know what the hell they're doing. Fuck, I've said most of their picks were pretty damn good. I mean, go look at Deron Harmon, played at a very high level, probably one of the best players over there. Rock Ya-Sin, dude, the trade with fucking Yannick, dude, where people are like, oh, yeah, hey, Rock Ya-Sin was a baller. He only give up one fucking touchdown all year long. Like, that was a great add to the team there. Like, Ziegler's picks fucking mattered, dude, and Ziegler's fucking trades mattered, and his pickups mattered, dude. His releases mattered. He traded off Mullins, dude. Mullins didn't do shit. Fucking gets over to Arizona, dude. Don't even, well, he's in fucking the Ravens right now, I think. Then you're sitting there looking at Leatherwood, dude, going to eat the contract. He didn't want the player, releases him. Bears pick him up. We don't pay shit on him. He doesn't do nothing. Edwards over here fucking ain't working with the system where we're over here like, oh, he's so great, dude. We traded him to Atlanta, dude. He don't do shit there. He goes to the Chiefs. He ain't doing shit there. They cut him. He had 15 yards all season long. He took that fucking six that they traded Stenham, that 6th round pick for Stenham over to New England. They gave him a 7 back with Stenham. He takes that 7, takes Edwards, ships him off to Arizona, and gets a fucking 5th. Like, the dude knows his shit. Like, Ziegler knows his shit, dude. Like, all this guy's done from the second he's got here is accumulate draft value, get rid of people's contracts, made fucking good evaluational moves. Abram was the fucking move that he went. Still ain't doing anything. He probably had the most success of them all being over in Seattle. Like, again, like Ziegler is people. I've always said good coaches or good people that are going to run shit need to see shit before it happens. Like, you have personal feelings. He doesn't do that, dude. He's like, this shit's my job. This is my legacy. This is my franchise, dude. Like, he's very good at looking at fucking evaluating talent and seeing the decline before other people see it, dude. And people sit and say, oh, he's so good. Nah, he proved it. He cut 5 fucking dudes and none of them produced. None of them. Not one of them. Not one. So he knows his shit, man.
No, yeah, none of the guys that he released were any good anyway, so it's not like they were losses. They were wins. And also Jonathan Hankins, didn't really do much when he got traded, but yet our D tackle group got stronger when he left. So that tells you something. We got stronger without the guy that we had just got rid of. Um, I think that was one of the only moves we made near the deadline, but that's okay because it was still a good move. It cleared out the older guy that no longer had a guy that had no longer hit his ceiling, the guy that was only going to downfall from there. So he's like, well, I'm going to get rid of him before he's worth nothing. And what
Yeah,
do you give him for a 5th-round pick? So one of these 5th-round picks are going to be the guy that replaced Jonathan Hankins.
yeah, and then watch his value in there though. That's the difference though. Watch his value and his return on there, dude. Like, and I keep saying this to a lot of people. Like, people are like, "Oh, he's gonna have 11 or he's gonna have fucking 13 picks." Well, I think he's gonna have more like 8 or 9 because I think he's gonna take some of those picks, fucking bunch them up, and ship those motherfuckers to get up so he can go get some valued players for where their position's at, if you ask me, because I think he's very smart in that shit, dude. And he's done it. Look, he's done it for one of the best eyes in all of football, dude. Like, people can say all they want about Bill. They can talk all the bullshit they want about Bill. At the end of the day, Bill sees shit before any
Uh,
people even think about seeing it,
what
dude. Like, that dude fucking sees the future. So he's already told
what's the
Ziegler what he's looking at, what to look at, what to see, what to visualize, how he sees that player, how he sees that person when he's out there with them.
yeah?
When Ziegler comes back to the table and says, "Look, Bill, I got this guy right here," and Bill watches it for 2 seconds after he's done about 2 weeks worth of work, and Bill says, "No, because you look at this and that," and Ziegler's like, "Well, shit, I wouldn't have seen," but he has a guy that points it out because that's what Bill wants. So most people want to give up those secrets at those positions because they don't want to tell him. But Bill needs to tell him because that's the guy. He needs him to see the people through his fucking eyes. So when he's over here, it's not the fact about, oh, it's New England way, this and no, it's the right way. It doesn't matter if New England did it first. The way that Bill is looking at it is the right way. So it doesn't matter if it took him to notice it to that way. Ziegler is going to see it the same way. He sees it Bill's way. That's always been trained, dude. Like he said, he's been in Denver, got a Super Bowl with them scouting. Then he goes to New England, dude. He's got multiple Super Bowl scouting. Like, that's all I say is this guy knows the vision. He knows what he's seeing, and people need to get out of their minds that when people are like, "Oh, it's Josh. Josh is just a fucking other guy, bro." Like, Josh is not Gruden. And are they friends? And did they go here? And can they work really good? Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, dude. You're supposed to do that. And I said it. I believe Josh and Ziegler are doing just fine, dude. Like, Josh has performed at a very high level, had the 12th best offense out there. Derek Carr and 3,500 yards had more touchdowns than he's had with Gruden, even at 4,800 yards. Like, I've said, like, he knows what he's doing. He knows how to get the points. He knows how to produce the offense, dude. And I've said, like, I don't think he's worried about having a Derek Carr because he's looking at people like, look, Devontae, right? Denham goes out in that game against the Niners. It wasn't that Devontae was just stretching the field. It wasn't like Devontae ran down the field 40 yards and caught this bomb by Stenham. No, more times than not, the play was just across there, going out 15, 20 yards, fucking dinking on him, and then Devontae just burning the fool because he got great feet work and everything. He had 7 catches for 153 and 2 touchdowns, dude. Like, Devontae in 10 yards can fucking go 80. You know, like, that's what Devontae's trade is the route running, feet work, the vision, the way he can stutter step a dude, get a dude off balance and fucking take off. Like, his shit isn't going out there like Randy Moss and saying, bye, bitch, fucking, and getting by him and taking off. Like, that's not his trait. His trait is get over there in those slants and drags, dude, and fucking get it. And I've said, like, the Patriots' success with people like Jimmy and Brissett and fucking Castle and so on out there that have had success there, Jones and so on, a lot of them have been very successful, especially in Josh's system, in those slants, drags, fucking shorter routes. Dude, throw 20, catch 18. Like, he could throw 20, catch 20. That's what he wants, but he don't want you missing 1 or 2 passes because those passes matter inside Josh's system. That's the way he plays, dude. So I've said Josh knows what he's doing. It's just, look, I don't want to sit and say like, oh, Graham and look, the defense was depleted. Nobody's going to argue it. The defense was depleted. They didn't have all their players. They couldn't have played at the deal, but the fact is they were the ones that gave up games too. And yeah, did Carr give up some? Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. We can keep going back and forth, but it ain't the offense that needs improvement. We have fucking 5 superstars over on the offense. We know the defense is the fucking problem and we need to improve it. So all I would say is like I've been debating it. I said the second we got out of the season for the Raiders, I said, man, if the Raiders were smart, they'd trade the 3 dude after the first pick went, because if the first pick goes and say Chicago trades out, if Chicago trades out and goes to the Colts or somebody to factor because they want to move up there to go get a quarterback, the third pick, you're just getting one of the 3 at the end. Like, that's how that's happening. Like, you're just getting, if they take Bryce Stroud, you're getting Levis. If they go Bryce fucking Levis, you're getting Stroud. You know what I mean? Like, you're just getting, you don't really have any control at that point. But if one goes and Chicago don't trade off and they go defense, you already know that Houston's going to probably take Bryce. So you want 3, dude. Like, you want 3. You want that spot. You need to get in there and get that deal because you can have Stroud and he would be the best fit for us. So that's when you would want to make that move. But then Ziegler's sitting here saying, well, why would I make that move? If I make that move, I got to give up draft capital again. Then I'm not going to, he's like, I'm not going to make that move. I'm going to stay here at 7, dude. Like, that's what he's going to do, I think, like straight up. And like said, somebody said here earlier, I think it was a lunatic where he said, at 7, would you trade back? I think what'll happen is at 7, if Ziegler's sitting there and somebody has a pretty good person they want there and will value him pretty well, and Ziegler picks up 2 picks out there, then he's probably doing it for sure. So, and being at 7, he's probably going to get like 3 picks. So he'd probably do it. So, like I said, man, I have faith in them. I think they're going to do just fine out there, man. I don't know. I just get rambling, dude. I get rambling because I like our team. I like the way that we are. Too many people discredit them. Too many people are just discrediting who the hell they are because they don't go and look at them. Like, you can have your personal feelings against Josh. At the end of the day, dude, people can sit and say, oh, he has a losing record and he was over there with Denver and he gutted it and this and that. Look, even with all that, he's only negative 11 fucking games. Like, he's not like this motherfucker got like some crazy asshole. This motherfucker got 40 losses, 0 wins. Like, he's not out there like he's just fucking got a crazy bad record. This motherfucker minus 11 games, dude. He's probably over 40, 40, maybe 60 total. I don't know. I haven't looked it up here fucking recently. And I've said, dude, there are Hall of Fame coaches that have fucking started worse. Bill Belichick, dude. I mean, I'm not gonna say he was worse. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that he wasn't doing too well till he got to New England. Okay, like, there's a lot of Hall of Fame coaches that didn't start out great and had bigger losing records than what we are at right now. And to just trash on a dude that's come from a winning organization that has 5 Super Bowl rings that he fucking called the offense on. He's been there 6 fucking or 10. What would that be? Yeah, 9 total times. So he knows, he has experience. Listen, Josh has more experience in that category than most of these fucking old men that have been here for 60 years, bro, that have their whole lives in this game and everything. And he has more experience by 40. By 40, he has more experience, dude. He has 10 fucking appearances in the Super Bowl, bro. Like, this dude it's not like he don't have the experience and the knowledge of it. So if it was me, I would chill the fuck out. Let this dude start building this team and let them do what they want. It's all speculation from here. We can sit here and say, oh, they're going to go defense. Oh, they're going to go quarterback. Or, oh, if they go, like, I think somebody made a comment here. It could have been Ozzy a little bit ago where he said, well, we got a quarterback in the second round, a franchise quarterback in the second round. You got one that lost. He has a losing record, bro. Like, he has a losing record. He lost. He ain't fucking doing much in the NFL. So to me, like, I love Derek Carr, but I've always said we've just settled for mediocrity because of the fact that people settled for 7 wins, like 7, 8 wins. That was good for us, you know. So they use the word win, but when you're sitting there looking over 9 years and you're negative in the win versus loss category, I don't know if we can call that winning. So, and it's not even like you're tying and you're over here calling him a winner. So you're calling Carr a winner, and then they'll blame the defense and they'll blame all this coaching shit. But the reality is people said that it was the coaches and that it was the team. Well, you had fucking 6 head coaches. Like, how the fuck is so all six? It was just them. Like, it was all just them, right? Like, at some point, you got to sit and say, if you're not one, it's not two, it's not three, it's not four, it's not five, it's fucking six, dude. Like, you're going multiple different, you're going multiple OCs, you're going multiple. Obviously, something didn't work there, but they're calling him winning, and he got a motherfucking like 60-70 ratio win loss, and we're over here bashing on Josh at 30 motherfucking win loss. Like, what the fuck? That's crazy as fuck. That's crazy as fuck, dude. This dude got 30 win loss record. Derek Carr got a 60-70 win loss ratio. And this motherfucker winning, but this dude trash, he got to get the hell out of here. Like, that's all I'm saying is like, if we're going to be fair, we got to be fair, man. I mean, fucking Josh, the thing about Josh and them is when they break down this team and they fucking get it where it needs to be, I think we're going to be fucking winning, dude. Like, I strongly believe we will be winning. Like, like I've said, I don't think they're looking in the second and third for their franchise quarterback. I think they want theirs in the first for sure. Like, they want to know that that's their most crucial part in the whole entire team. Like, your quarterback is your crucial part in your team, dude. And I've said, look at New England. New England's offense is very crucial, bro. Like, it's the offense in New England. You're not just handing the job to anybody. You're not just giving that fucking job to any person. You're not just like, oh, well, hey, fucking Josh, next year you're fired. We're just going to go give it to this guy. And the whole time, and like, what? So in their 20-year span, what has it been transferred? So you're looking at Weiss, fucking Weiss, fucking Josh, Bill O'Brien, and fucking Matt Patricia. So 4 times and 4 people, fucking 20 plus years. Like, that's like their offense isn't fucking not just anybody gonna run that bitch. Like, there's a reason Josh was there the whole fucking time, and there's a reason that Bill O'Brien headed his ass back over there to go do it again. Is because it's not just anybody's job on that side, dude. I've always said on the defense, it's Bill's defense, man. At the end of the day, he don't need you. He'll make you good. He'll give you a good name and a good deal, but it's his shit, So I don't know. I just think I think when you're looking at our team, I would just go defensively if we had to. But I mean, again, it just matters that the quarterback, and it's all speculation. If there's a quarterback there, you take him. If there's not, defense. I mean, what else do you fucking do? You say, can I get your quarterback after you pick them? Like, I don't think you do that. So, like I said, they lost 26 games before they won their first game. Guys on the way said I agree with Ziegler scouting and evaluating. Yeah, because Ziegler's a beast at fucking scouting and evaluating. I don't know. What do you think, Eric? What do you want? You want to do that frickin' mock real quick or what? I can't hear you.
Oh, my bad. He wants you, bro. I know you was mentioning about you not being on too long because of your wife.
Yeah, so by 9 o'clock. I was thinking about hopping off at 9.
At 9.
We can just keep talking. You have another topic in here you want to talk about, or?
You guys basically nailed everything I was thinking about. Like, from
50 touchdowns.
From drafting to picking up what I need, finding the answers. Like, you guys nailed everything I could really think about right now.
He said that Kari said in completing at a high school level, I said high school football IQ, I feel hooker as possible is better football IQ than Collar. I mean, the problem is like why Carr didn't perform like Daniel system is in football IQ. It's because Josh didn't want him to perform in his system, man. Like, when people know that they're tanking games and throwing games, it didn't matter about Carr. Like, when people are like, well, Carr didn't do that. They didn't want Carr to do it. They didn't even want Carr to audible out in Seattle. So at that point, it just tells you like they didn't want him to win those games. So he was failed in the system regardless. So, and that's why that fool fucking probably just said fuck it at the end, because he was like, I know you're trading me and I don't give a fuck and I'm not letting you go get a 5th overall pick with you trading me, so I'm gonna fucking audible that shit out. And they benched his ass because they were probably like, if he goes out and wins that fucking Niner or Chiefs game, we don't have the seventh pick, we have the fucking 10th. So then trying to get a quarterback becomes a way harder fucking point at that point. So they've went. Their idea was probably being like around the fourth and fifth pick. And now they're up at the seventh fucking pick. So like I said, Josh and them had this play from the very beginning, dude. They've came out and said it in multiple reports lately. They said it in multiple deals that they never pitched a Super Bowl to fucking Mark. Their idea was to have a long term fucking rebuild where that actually had an actual winning franchise. I've said that I would love for them to do it because they do come from a winning culture. They do have a lot of wins under their belts, a lot of experience, a lot of fucking, a lot of experience, massively, dude. Like people can sit and say at the end of the day about, oh, how you hate Josh. That Josh took no name wide receivers, no name fucking people, and made them great, dude. Like they can sit and say, oh, well, the offensive line was so. Well, listen, that's his offense that he's calling behind there, dude. Like they took Trent Brown, that was a seventh round pick in the Niners, and made him one of the best in the NFL. Like they have the
Hey,
system, they know
Dustin.
what it takes, dude. Like they know their shit, man. Like, yeah.
Hey, Dustin. Guess who's playing tonight for the for the Clippers?
Oh, Westbrook.
Who?
Westbrook is playing. I'm watching the Kings play.
Listen, they
Kings.
never. So is Westbrook doing any good or no?
Nah, he's trash.
That's right. That's right.
That's
So
right.
listen. So listen, Ozzy. You say right here. You say that you said that they came here with high hopes that Carr was going to be that guy. They didn't think that. They didn't think that from day one. It doesn't matter your belief or not, because when they wrote out that contract, I've said they played him on his original contract. They wrote an extension. So this contract got wrote up here. So this was 3 years. What was it? $121 million. So this was the extension of the contract, right? So this is playing on it, but they put this fucking loophole right here before the season started. They had put it in before the season started that at the end of the season, 3 days after the league year, that they can fucking trade him within those 3 days or release him. And they put in the trade clause because they demanded it. But why in the fuck did they have that inside the deal to begin with? If they knew that Carr was the guy, they wouldn't have said, they didn't put that shit in Aaron Rodgers' contract or fucking Patrick Mahomes or any other motherfucking dude out there. These motherfuckers knew from day one they didn't want him. They knew that if Carr goes out there and he gets them to a playoff, like he would have had to win a playoff game for one. Like Carr would have, like that would have been like minimal for him to even stay here. I guarantee you, like when they got here, their board said Derek Carr playoff win or go the fuck home, like straight the fuck up, because I need that $40 million to rebuild this fucking team. And it doesn't matter if you agree with it or not. That's facts. That's fucking 100% facts, dude. Those fools put that shit. They drew it out. They all agreed on it. They fucking knew. So the minute that contract was signed, guess what? This one don't even exist. It's gone. That bitch don't exist because they're getting rid of him anyway. So you can feel your ways or feel in your feelings or how they feel about it, but that's facts. And if they didn't feel that way, they would have never put that in there, dude. Their thing was he needs to win a playoff or he ain't fucking staying here. Then we're not giving $40 million, dude. $40 million with Ziegler to rebuild on this team. Watch what he does. Probably rebuilds it the best because he ain't gonna go out there hella high valued players and not get nothing in return from them. You know, I'm not even gonna argue with you about it, okay? I'm not even going to debate it because you say what fucking proof I have. What do you have? I just told you the fucking proof I have. What fucking proof you have? Like, I hate when motherfuckers answer shit like that. I told you the motherfucking proof I got. I'm motherfucking sitting here telling it while I'm fucking talking. Unless you ain't paying fucking attention and you're too busy over there writing. Like, I just told you what fucking proof I had. I said when the motherfuckers came from the other fucking team They sat down in fucking Gruden shit, which I've been saying all year on this channel straight up multiple times. I've said nobody knows what the fuck they were talking about in that room. Nobody knows that what their conversation was, if it was win or not. Like they didn't have that. You don't know that conversation. You're just creating the thought up in this motherfucker, spitting that out of this motherfucker, and writing it on there is what you're doing, and then you're projecting that that's how it is. I didn't project. I said facts, like straight fucking facts. They wrote out that contract afterwards. They gave him an extension. They didn't give him a contract. Like fucking why? 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 If they thought he was the quarterback, it's a contract. It gets fucking put into there. And then they say, oh, it was smart. Why was it smart? Motherfucker get him in 1 year and did it. That ain't smart. Like, motherfucker knew who he was. They've been watching him. They've seen him play. They've played him. They've seen him through the whole deal. They got plenty of tape, dude. He's one of the best out there. They talked on, oh, he doesn't have this. Oh, Carr's not going to have a market value out there. Carr's one of the most elite quarterbacks right now in the NFL. So what the hell are they even talking about? So, like I say, I don't know, man. People can talk all they want, dude. The facts are, dude, that they knew right away. They said, if Carr don't get there, we're rebuilding this team our fucking way with our fucking people. Because I've said they don't want to walk into somebody else's house. They want to walk into their house. They want to know when they open up the doors in the morning that this is their people. This is their shit, dude. And I've said it. They don't need a fucking – they've never had a $40 million quarterback ever over there. So why do they got to start now? Like, that's facts. I've said it. I said it on our channel right in the end. Did I not? Did I not say it? Go look at the Niner fucking game on that Friday night, the 1K view video. I said straight up on that fucking night, I talked about it so much that they're not worried about the name. They're not worried about the production. They're going to go out there and show right now that Stenham is a $2 million quarterback, and he's going to have the same fucking result as a $40 million quarterback. And when he does do that, Carr's ass the fuck up out of here, dude. Like, straight the fuck up. The video is the proof. I'll tell you that you can see it right from the day. I talked about it from that second. It ain't about names. It ain't about stats. It ain't about the system or how he goes. It was about that they didn't need to give him the fucking money. They wanted to keep the fucking money, and they want to build this team differently, not through your eyes, not through John Gruden's eyes or any. It's through their fucking eyes. I've always said their opinions matter. When they walk up to the board and they stand in that room and their ideas come out, somebody's paying attention. When we sit out here and throw our ideas out, there ain't none of them over there paying attention. So the above average quarterback, a tier above Jimmy G, and if he needs a super team to win when he is Jimmy G. I mean, what would you say that so you're not going to say that the years that Tom Brady won Super Bowls, he didn't have a superstar team, and look, I'm going to say this differently. It's not about superstar teams can be projected differently. It's not about the individual name. It's that they had a fucking top 10 offensive line for the whole time. They had top 5 fucking defense the whole entire fucking time, dude. Like, when Jimmy goes over here to the Niners, he's got top 10 offensive line, fucking top 5 defense in the NFL. Like, you're not sitting here saying like, oh, Tom Brady went over to the fucking Cleveland Browns with that shitty ass team and went on and won fucking 10 Super Bowls, dude. Like, no, hell the fuck you are. Like, you're sitting here saying Brady was projected on one of the best teams in all of NFL by the defensive fucking mind of Bill Belichick. How come Aaron Rodgers had top 5 NFL or top 5 defense? He's only won 1 Super Bowl, but he's projected to be one of the greatest quarterbacks in all football. But he has one of the best arms, best visions, everything, and he cakes it at the NFC fucking championship game. And he's got one fucking deal and with a one fucking top 10 defense, and he ain't done shit ever since. But we got guys over here like Jimmy over on these teams, dude, that are fuck number 1 defense in the league, and people are like, yeah, this guy's superstar. Jimmy's ass go over to Cleveland, he ain't getting shit. Like, that's what's gonna happen up over that motherfucker. Like, Jimmy gonna get fucking beat down, exposed, and he gonna be playing Jacoby Brissett fucking football over there. You can mark that shit. He said they gave Carr a shot at fucking Carr's above average of Jimmy G. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. They gave Carr a shot. If he played well, he would
Why are
still
we
be on the
talking
team
about
now.
Carr again, Dustin?
I ain't fucking talking about him, but I think
Why
it's
the
funny
fuck
that
are
he
we bringing up
compares.
Carr again?
He said that Carr is a tick over Jimmy G. The fuck if he is. Like, one, Carr has only had 3 games in his whole 9 years of not having a touchdown in the game. Jimmy G got a 10-2 fucking record for not throwing a touchdown in a game, and this fool's a tick better. Like, what the fuck? Carr get crucified. Carr got crucified.
No,
Carr
you
got
brought up the Carr
crucified for not throwing a touchdown in the game. We're over here like, oh, he's a tad bit better than Jimmy. Like, fuck. I'm fucking dead. But, whatever. Fuck, it
I'm
is
done
what
with
it
the
is.
damn Carr talk. Carr's
Hey,
gone.
he said we had a top 10 O-line this year, and yes, I agree. They need a defense. Not disagreeing with that, but if Carr goes to Jets and people still say he needs to star receiver, then he's Jimmy G. There's no way you believe that. Like, when you were writing out that message right there, there's no way you even believe those words that you were writing out right there. That should be the best team Carr's had put together, period. Period. And you're over there thinking, like, Carr says he needs another receiver. Carr fucking done more with less by a fucking mile. The difference is, hopefully when Carr goes over there, his whole fucking offense don't get hurt where he don't have no players. Then I would have that conversation. But Carr gets his players not hurt. Carr is fucking winning. Like, that's facts. Like, that's facts. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That's fucking great fucking team built over there offensively and defense. He said, no, I didn't. Cortez, Dustin did. I did not fucking bring up Carr, motherfucker. Like, he brought him up here in the I just read your conversation. Like, this motherfucker trying to say I brought his ass up. Like, get the hell out of here. I just read his message. He said, I'm drunk, y'all. Fucking salute, James. Appreciate you. Hey, I just say I appreciate everybody here in the chat. Appreciate your conversation. Always love the interaction. I love always having a debate, conversation, see where everybody views our team, where they see us going, how they see. Listen, not everybody's going to be right. None of us are all right, dude. I'm not right, not anybody. So I've always said just having an idea, having a debate back and forth kind of gives an insight of how we can build, where we need to be. Ziegler's a very tough fucking dude. Like, he ain't going to let nobody know shit until he's doing it. Like, this dude is very smart, man. Like, and people, I've said, if they don't believe he is, they need to go research him. They need to study him, dude. This guy is a fucking drafting guru, dude. He takes it personal. Like, that's his tick, bro. That's his tick. Tell him he had a bad draft, and this dude's gonna be like, yeah, fuck you. Like, don't forget, we had the top 5 draft last year, and we started in the 3rd round. We had the top 5th overall draft, and we started in the 5th fucking round. Or the 3rd round. So, I mean, obviously this guy knows his shit, man. Like, he is not dumb in any means. So, he said go back and watch your live. He said Dustin brought up Carr. Carr is trash, in my opinion. We gave that Carr. Said deer in headlights runs in this.
What is this food James is?
We were talking about. He said he's drunk. He's in a. Said we gave up that car. Always let's stop fantasizing about the car we had and build a new car. Hey, I can't wait till that there ain't no car anymore. Like, straight up.
Yeah, why the fuck? There is not gonna be no more car. Car's gone.
I do remember that. I remember that, Ozzy. I do remember that. I did say about the cutting part, but I wasn't talking about. I just said about getting rid of them. I do remember it. I remember. He said opinions are like asshole. Everybody got one. Yeah, I just think frickin' I did remember saying that, yes, but I didn't carry on about the car conversation. I just said that they were. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter because, like I said, they don't care. If they thought Carr was so crucial to their offense or the way that they see things or want things, why didn't they keep him? I said it the whole time. They didn't. They don't care. They took a dude like Mac Jones, dude, made him Pro Bowler last year, dude. Like, if
That's
Josh is
why
going to
I
get his
think,
team the way he wants, he needs a
hey,
defense that's
bro,
going
to
to
be
fucking
honest, I
control
think,
games, dude.
I
Like,
think,
Bill Belichick's defense, one of the best in all of the NFL. Facts.
I
What
think
were you
we could
saying?
I think Josh McDaniels could take a rookie quarterback to the playoffs.
I think they can most definitely fucking do it if he had the defense to be able to compete
Yeah,
with it.
defense like New England, if they focus on the defense, they take a quarterback in the first round. Let's say it's Will Levis, and Will Levis midseason takes over for like a Jarrett Stidham. You don't think he's gonna get them to the playoffs?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I think if they have the defense and Josh has a system with the players we have here, he's most definitely getting them there.
Yeah, just one, and they're gonna build this defense to have for the near future a better defense than we ever had in over 20 years.
I mean, I think they can most definitely build it in that time span by far, and I think they can do it in the next 1 to 2 years for
No,
sure.
Dustin have a better defense than we had in the last 20 some on
That's
years.
why I'm saying I think we can do it over in the next 2 to 3
And
years
like
for
we've been
sure.
saying, Dustin, do it this year. Focus all up on the defense so next year we'll be straight.
See, I don't think like that's why I think like I get people want to go defense, defense, defense here, right? But they're not going to do that. They're going to go with the best player on the board at the time. Like that's what they're going to do. They're going to go best
Hey,
player on the
and
board
let's not be
because that's
surprised.
how you build good teams. You build good teams by putting the best player on the board on your team. Like that's how you build good teams.
Let's not be surprised if there's a tight end taken in the draft somewhere.
They're gonna take a tight end for sure, dude. I'm telling you, Foster ain't getting no $9 million fucking dollars. Not happening, dude. He
Fuck
ain't getting
no.
7. He probably ain't getting 5, bro. Like he'd be lucky if he gets like 2.5. Like Foster be lucky he gets 2.5, and if he don't want 2.5, well, he probably ain't getting on this fucking team. So they got free agency, they got fucking drafting. Yeah, they're not doing that. Like he's not. They're not gonna
One
pay
of you
these
things
guys.
to
Like I
know,
keep
Dustin.
saying this. Like I keep saying it. They're not paying these dudes money, bro.
Fuck no. If you're not working, then they ain't gonna give you the money.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. You ain't playing hard and fucking playing in their system. You can get the hell up on out of this motherfucker. So
What was a bonus? Give me some points.
I think we're gonna hop up off here in the next few minutes because I got some stuff I got to do tomorrow
Yeah,
and so
bro. Have
on.
a good weekend.
But like I was saying, man, I appreciate everybody here. I appreciate the conversation. I love everybody tuning in Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Man, we're gonna
Let me
be
drop
having a
the
lot of
link
different
real quick again.
conversations. We're building up our shows a lot differently going forward. So in the next week or two, we're gonna have a lot of different type of conversations, a lot of different opinion points, dude. Like we're gonna have some good interaction within those times. We're gonna try to get people more involved into the actual team, not these fantasized fucking conversations no more. I love going out and just talking football. I mean, that's what Fridays are about. It's like the Friday Night Raiders Roundtable is basically where get all your friends, all your people out here, get them on the panel, get them in the chat. Just start having interactional talk, just seeing how they see it, see where we're going, what types of points. It doesn't even have to be the same conversation or not. It's just multiple different types of conversations, what somebody else may have heard throughout the week. Mondays and Wednesdays, we're going to try to stay more focused on the actual team going forward. We're going to start doing more scouting reports, going to try to see where people see, like, hey, what do you think we should have this player in this round? Just like maybe Lunatic brought up out here, if you don't see the positional player at that pick, but how do you know who that player is without other people knowing who the players are available? So I think that's what we're going to do is we're going to show availability. We're going to show availability on people at those picks so people can start grasping, do we trade back? Do we stay pat? We can show all the way up to that pick with the players, just so people can have an idea of where they see them. Maybe they can flip them, turn them, but make people start understanding more about the team, not just sitting back here looking in the chat and
And I just
trolling
dropped
or
all the
trolling
links.
conversation. not knowing how your fucking team actually works. You know, if you're going into free agency and all your conversations consist of, oh, Jalen Ramsey, Jerron Payne, that all you're doing is saying that you're looking at the best player out there. That's not how the NFL works, dude. The NFL works by a lot of people going to free agency. They pick up a lot of players that are $5 million, $7 million players. Like if you're trying to go big, like the Eagles and so on, you're going to put big names out there. Most teams ain't trying to do that. They're just trying to go out there. They're trying to build up good key player for the value of the player. You know, like they're not trying to go out and spend 100 million up in that motherfucker. So I just think we need to be more realistic. So that's kind of what we're going to base our next few weeks on Wednesdays is going to be about looking at free agent players, looking at where value is, seeing if they match our system. Just because this dude's name is Edmonds or something doesn't mean he fits us. It doesn't mean he even knows the system. Therefore, just like the Bobby Wagner conversation, you know, people are like, should we get Bobby? Why is it every old dude that gets released, he's the first one projected to the Raiders, dude, and he's a 4-3 system, dude. He's been in fucking Pete Carroll's deal his whole career. And we're over here asking this dude, oh, being a 4-3-3-4 system, like it doesn't work like that, dude. Like it doesn't work like that. He can be great. Maybe can he transpire? I'm not gonna sit and say he could or couldn't. I'm gonna say for 98% of his career, 99, I mean, fuck, I'd say his whole career, he's played in the fucking 4-3 base system. So he ain't even a fit here. So I don't even know why we're entertaining it, but I get it. Like if it was a few years ago in Gunther's or fucking Pauly or any of theirs, yeah, I'd probably entertain that shit. But outside of that, I just don't know why would be over there fucking talking about that guy. I just don't get it, man. I want Devin Bush or Deion Jones and Edmonds at linebacker and free agent. Payne probably cost too much from what I'm hearing, and Bobby Wagner, he's old as fuck. Jerron Payne's going to get tagged like we would tag Jacobs. Like, that's facts. He's going to get tagged the same way we would tag Jacobs. So I would just count Payne the fuck up off that motherfucker unless you're trading Jacobs over there. Like, unless you're trading Jacobs there to get rid of those picks. I mean, that'd probably be the only fucking way I see that one, and I wouldn't want to go for him. He's going to be way too much, fucking $18-20 million. Edmonds, he don't play in that system, so he plays in the fucking base 4-3 over there in Buffalo. That's what he's played in this whole time. I would probably shoot more for Devin Bush. Devin Bush has played in Tomlinson's. That's one of the best 3-4-4-3 fucking hybrid defenses in football. So for him to transpire from over there to here, I think would be easy. So if it was me, I'd go Devin Bush, dude. Like Devin Bush would be my main pick out of all those people. So Devin Payne gonna get tagged in costume. Yeah, facts. I mean, facts. Ozzy, he's gonna be hella hard. Every year, every big name available, Raiders, clickbait, will they be on the team? That's facts, bro. It's facts. I talk about that shit all the time because that's how people are luring them there. They're like, oh, get this guy over here. Motherfucker, you're clicking on a video and going over there looking at Bobby Wagner. And in your mind, it ain't even set in to say, well, that fucking guy don't even play in this system. He don't even play in the system. I mean, and I'm not going to say if they played in the 4-3 base, because that we do play in the 4-3 base. So if he was to play in there, but why would you go sign a guy of Bobby Wagner's status and only play him in the 4-3 base? You wouldn't want to do that. Like, to me, why wouldn't you just spend that 17 million, give it to fucking Bush and play him in every down, every single fucking down? So that's all I would say is that I would probably look more that route if it was me, for sure, by far. Because that's where I think, like I said, I think Devin Bush is the guy we should shoot after. And if, yeah, and he is old as fuck. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't trying to fucking get that fool. He said, that's what I'm saying. He said, Payne got tag cost us too much capital cost. Yeah, facts. Every year you get that. Yeah, the clickbait's ridiculous with a lot of people. I'm telling you, man, they just want to get people there to lie to them, dude. Like, oh, we should get, like, why would you even do that to your fan base? Like, I would tell them straight up. Like, I get it that some people are hard up on people's names, but football isn't built off a person's name. Football is built off of systems and skill. Like, that's what it's built off. That's why everybody can't just run the same system or have the same skill, because That's not how football is, and that's why sometimes with less skill with somebody's system can be a better player than somebody with better skill in a shittier system. So it's just like I say, just skill and development it's fucking crucial, man. Number 1 target since week 15. I mean, you can see Bush has been my number 1 the whole time. We talked about it. Cortez had a topic on that back in the earlier in the season, and I picked on that's who I picked was Devin Bush in there.
Yeah, I talked about that at the beginning.
Yeah, because that's what I say. I think he was a really good. I mean, you want to talk on anything, Cortez, or what?
To be
Cortez,
honest,
Aaron,
I'm ready to go because I'm on the phone
you're always on the fucking phone, bro.
talking to
You're
my
always,
sister. This is the time that she
always.
calls me. So
Yeah, you're always on the fucking phone. But yeah, man. I mean, like I said, I'll talk for a few more minutes and then we can bounce. At the end of the day, like I said, I just want what's best for the team. I'm not gonna sit here. That's why you never hear me sit on here and say like, oh, this, that. Like, I just say what's best for the team, the players that are best for the team. What's the best ideology for the team? What's the best evaluation for the team? Our titles are never gonna be clickbait titles. They're never gonna fucking draw people here for misinformation. Our titles are going to be about what we think's going on in the NFL, what kind of conversations we can have here on the channel within the NFL. You know, like that's who we are, that's what we do. So for me, I think that when we can come here and all educate each other on conversation, I think that's what to me is the best YouTube type shows that we could be out there. I mean, anybody can go there and I can have a list here, dude, and I can go out there and fucking bring up all these fake topics and all these fucking ones that have zero matter. Like, I'm not drama. I don't like doing that shit, man, and I don't even like listening to it, dude. If I go to somebody's YouTube channel and they're sitting here talking Raiders football and we got factual shit, like I love watching those channels, dude. That's why I support a lot of these younger dudes and a lot of these kind of little smaller channels because they're more based on that type of information because that's what's going to get us noticed and get moved up quicker than other people. Other people have like could do the animated shorts and things like I don't have time. I got to run, fucking multi-million-dollar company. I don't have time to do that shit. So I got time at night to come out here and talk football because I love it. I love seeing where our team can be. I love seeing that the developmental spot within our team. I've said I think Ziegler and Josh were the best hire in our team for a long, long time because you're getting structural base. You're getting things like people could have said the same thing about Gruden when he got here and went 4 wins that season. They could have bashed him, told him offense, defense, like they could have did the same thing. His shit got better as it gone as he was able to build it. So look, I don't like to be delusional, man. When I like to come to conversations and have debates or get into little arguments here and there to better our team, I like to have the most factual deals that we can in that conversation that's bettering the team. I'm not here to say, well, I think if we did this, and I'm not, oh, if we did that, no, fuck that. I'm saying that this is where we're at, this is what we're doing, this is the way they're seeing it, this is where we're going. That's what it is. I've said multiple times on the players of Tom Brady, Derek Carr, all I called that shit while everybody else was over here coming up with these bullshit ass scenarios because they just like putting thought into other people's in the heads. I just said the facts. I said, fuck, this dude just won a court case. He got family. I probably ain't gonna be leaving out of that state, so he's probably gonna be looking at that. I said he ain't coming here. Motherfucker ain't got no reason, no way in hell to even come here and fucking owe us jack shit, dude. So people came with scenarios. Oh, he'll take less. He'll do bullshit. That's just your thought putting in somebody else's deal. So at the end of the day, we want to just try to bring as much football conversation here that can be real because when we're sitting here having hypothetical conversations where we're saying like, well, if this or that, and every conversation going forward is going to be hypothetical. I can understand that. Um, I understand that it could be hypothetical, but the problem is that it may not be because of the fact that we're putting a hypothetical projection out there. But if we hit on it, it ain't hypothetical because it did happen. So those are the type of things. Yes, are we looking at it? Could it happen? Yeah, maybe, maybe not. But if it does happen, that's what we're looking at. We're looking for the future. I hate when we come on here and we have these conversations for like the last 3 weeks, right? for these last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, dude, it gets really old. And I've told a lot of people on our panel, and I've told people in private, like I do not like when we're sitting here having hour and a half conversations on the past. Like we're having literally arguments, debating. Dudes are going back and forth on, well, he did this and he played that and it was this and it was that and when that coach was here, well, those fuckers ain't here. And you're just fucking making up excuses back there. We're not looking up this motherfucker and figuring out how to fix that shit. Like we're not talking about what the fuck we need, what player we need to add here, who's going to give us a deal to actually make that foundation. I think somebody, and it probably was Ozzy in here if I remember right, where he was talking about the base being foundation, the corners being the walls, and that shit's true. Like that shit's true. You need to start building these structural pieces and have these fundamental parts in here to be able to have a sound organization in these times. We're not fucking 1960s, 70s, 80s, 90s. We're in the fucking 2023s. That's weird. A lot of shit's going on. The football, the NFL has changed in a lot of different fucking ways. We're not playing 1980 football. We're playing fucking 2023 football. So a lot of shit has changed outside there, man. So to sit and just oust the fucking guy. And look, if we could have had Sean Payton or any of those guys, I talked about them all year long. They would have fit this scheme. They would have fit this team way better, organizational structure wise. They would have been the better build. They wouldn't have got rid of the players and they wouldn't have went through all this. But the fact is we didn't get them. So to sit here and keep harping on the fact that, oh hell, they had, listen, Gruden shipped Mac, dude, and we're over here crying about where we're at right now. Like Gruden literally walked in and shit Mac right on his best shit. We're talking about Carr ain't winning shit, dude. Like that's all I'm saying is like we can sit and say that we settle for fucking less. Great. I don't. I feel like if I'd read, listen, we've been losing for fucking 20 straight years. We've had 3 winning seasons, maybe 4 at best. So we've been losing for fucking 16 straight fucking years. Are you going to be pissed off you lose one more? Good. You've been pissed off for all those years too. I've heard it all them years. I've heard it the whole time, but you still hear bitching about it again. So what does it matter if they feel like they need to flip this motherfucker the other way, where they say, the defense is where we need to be heading. We need to go this way. We need to start slowing down shit. We need to put in these players where they can go down and score and put in these deals. We just need a defense that can control games. What's wrong with it? You want the offense. The offense ain't work. We've been doing the offense the whole fucking time. Offense ain't work, dude. So if they decide that they need to switch it, then let them switch the fucking thing, judge them on it then, and go down that route. And who's to say the offense still going to ball out? The offense balled out still this last year. I mean, fuck, they still put up a lot of points sucking. Even sucking, they were the 12th best offense. Even sucking. So I'll take that shit. So all I'm saying is let's give them a fair chance, dude. Going forward, we're gonna have a lot of great conversations, a lot of good fucking stories, a lot of good fucking depth deals of where we need to be, not where we were. We need where we need to go, not where we've been. We need to go forward, not backwards. Like that's the shit we need to talk about, man. And that betters our IQ, that betters our football knowledge, conversations, everything, because we're talking in the now. We're not talking about I see Stidham going there, but goddamn John Gruden over there like 3 years ago, man. Remember when he ran that one play against the fucking Jets and that happened? That's why we're sucking right here today. That's why we're here. But you remember like when Paul Gunther came in like 7 fucking years ago and he ate that cheeseburger on the sideline and he called that one play next to the Gatorade table. That's why we're losing, because that's how motherfuckers talk about our team. Is they don't talk about where we can be going forward, what we can be looking at in the future. They're talking about what the fuck happened back over here and why we're fucking sucking, and how one reason that a players didn't fucking suck because it was fucking 30 other dudes, not him. Like we just gotta stop that shit, in my opinion. I think we need to just stay forward, stay focused on what's in the future, and fucking look what's bettering our team. Outside of that, I don't want to ramble on anymore tonight. I appreciate all of you guys, man. I appreciate you guys showing up. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate every single buddy from James to Ozzy to Lunatic to freaking Robert to every single person that comes through this chat that supports our channel, tunes in weekly, 3 times a week. I mean, we couldn't ask for more, man. Like I said, we really appreciate it, man. Again, we appreciate all your guys' conversations, all your guys' deals. If you
Yeah,
put
if
a
you
take
guys
out
go
there
back
and
up
we
into
debate
the
it, hey,
chat,
don't take hurt feelings because that's what we do here on this channel. We all love, dude. We do not come on this channel to hate people. I've always said if you're gonna put a take out there, you better be ready to fucking debate that take. So, and if you got hurt feelings, you ain't meant for this motherfucker. I'll tell you that right now. So, I like I said, I appreciate all of you guys, man. And our shit's growing so fast, dude. Like we're over 1,800 people on Instagram, dude. Like that shit's popping faster and shit, dude. Like I wish I was able to get this YouTube channel to that, but we will get there one day. We're doing a great job on it. We're growing fast as can be, and we're doing it with nothing. So, like I said, man, we appreciate all you guys. We appreciate the sharing, the talking, the appreciation you put out here to the mods, to the individuals, the people that's never been here, that shows up here. Um, Man, like I said, dude, we're gonna do a giveaway, man. I promise you guys, dude. I'm already thinking about Devontae Adams jersey or something. We're gonna do it on an Instagram, but we're going to kind of intertwine 3 systems with it, with our YouTube, our Instagram, and our Discord, so we can kind of get more people gravitated to an area. I've already said I think we're setting up 3 or 4 of them this year. We're going to do our rookie quarterback if we get one, if we end up with one, or our first round player, whoever that is. We'll get a jersey. We'll put that out for a giveaway. I want to do a Devontae Adams giveaway because he's going to be the face of the Raiders going forward. I want to do a few things. Max Crosby one because he's kind of the face of the defense. I just want to intertwine people, and I don't want to just give it away to a few. I want to intertwine people on a bigger platform. Like I said, in our our Instagram, we have a pretty big platform in just a few months, dude. I mean, that shit was built in a few months, and we're over 1,800 people. So I would have never thought about it. I was just talking about this the other day, dude. I was sitting there thinking, like, when we started, we were hoping like 400 or 500 people would have been great, dude. But if you're saying in just like 5 months, man, we're already towered over freaking 1,800 people, that's mind blowing. So I just figure I want to try to start coming up with ideas to intertwine multiple platforms, get the Raider Nation as a family, as I've always said, is that's how I believe. Just start moving people and getting them intertwined. So I feel like
and I
doing
just
these things
dropped
will
all the
get it.
links in the
So
chat.
I'd say, like, I know people may not be intertwined in Discords or not, but it's the fact that I always say when you get people in different areas, you can have regular conversations throughout the day. You can be in the out on Instagram pages here on YouTube. I've said our platform with all our people on our panel have all come from different platforms. Wasn't just like, oh, we were all friends or here. They've all come from different platforms. So I like I said, I always want to try to interact, dude, on multiple
Hey,
scales so
Justin,
we
if
can
you
do
want
it.
to show
But
the,
again, I appreciate it, and we will be doing those going forward, just so people know.
yeah, I dropped all
Well,
3 of the links.
hell yeah, appreciate them, man. Follow us on the YouTube, Instagram, Discord, all of them, man. We have a link tree inside those so you can follow everybody else. If you go to the Instagram, go to the link tree, you're going to find everybody that's on this platform. You'll find all their links, all their stuff in that link tree. Pretty much every person on this panel has their information in there where you can follow them on their platforms, if it's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Discord, like all their
Follow the
platforms. So,
channel and then go into.
and like I say, man, it's just like I say, I appreciate it, man. I really do appreciate it. And thank you, James. I mean, like I said, James is a really good dude. He's been here all you guys have, man. It's like I say, it's unfair. All you guys have been here and done the same stuff and been supporting us, man, and we really do appreciate it. Sometimes we can get going off on deals. Sometimes I can be very adamant about certain conversations, but I am, man. I'm gonna be honest. I do a lot of research on our team. I try to make educated guesses. I don't just try to come out here with some bullshit ass deal. Sometimes we may not see the deals, but I've always said nobody's conversation on this channel is ever looked at past the conversation. I've been in debates with Cortez, Al, Eric, Jeff, that's what we were supposed to be here. That's what this channel's for, man, is to have it. And I still care about all of them the same. We all talk really as friends. We're all behind. We all
Yep.
interact all day, every day. It's not like, oh hell, they just see it. We
Both me and
interact at
Dustin talk
all
a lot.
times. Yeah, exactly. So again, we built
We
this
always talk.
channel for a reason, to be able to have this, to be able to have these type of conversations, these debates. And it's just like I say, I really appreciate everybody that shows up here, that supports us. Um, like I said, we're gonna really try this real hard this year to make this channel a family channel, dude, for real. Not no bullshit, not no drop. Listen, you're never gonna come to any platform for DSR and have that drama bullshit, because we check that shit right at the door. And if that you're part of it, you just are not gonna fucking be here, man. And I don't care what other people do in their life. When our channel, our servers, our Discord, our Instagram, we're grown ass motherfucking men here, okay? And we have fucking grown ass rules, dude. And we follow these rules because we were taught these rules from the minute I was a baby till the age I am right now. And I've been my ass beat by my fucking mother, my father, and so on, and stepfathers, and straight up just been beat for fucking being dumb, for doing stupid shit. And I've always said, over here we don't fucking do that. We're family. We will argue. We'll debate. We're gonna have this stuff, dude. But that's football. It's football. It ain't personal lives. It's not going outside. We are Raider content creators. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have conversations. We're gonna bullshit back and forth. We're gonna sometimes have a lot of information to put out there, and other times we're going to have conversational pieces to put out there. May not relate to football sometimes, but 90% of the time we try to stay Raider related, because that's what we push. We will talk footballs in general, but listen, man, we just want to come and have fun. That's why when I do the giveaways, I want to interact the three places, because I want to have people in all three places where you can have movie nights, you can have fucking talking conversations. You're bored, you need someone to talk to. You just head over to the Discord, get in the chat, have conversational pieces, put out hot takes, see how people take it, see the debating inside there. There's no hard feelings, dude. Like, nobody's gonna get pissed off. People are gonna be like, yeah, fuck that football, blah blah blah, but we all respect each other, dude. We're not going to cut at people's families. We're not going to cut at their throats, dude, because people get buried for shit like that where I come from. So we don't want that atmosphere. That's not what this shit was built off. It was to create that atmosphere. This atmosphere was created to have those type of conversations. And if you didn't create the atmosphere to have that, then why in the fuck are you doing it? Because then you're dictating. Like, that's dictatorship. It's my view, fuck everybody else's, dude. Like, that's not life. It's not life. We don't agree on shit, but we'll still sit down and eat dinner and laugh and have fun. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't see it the same way as you. Well, fuck you. You can't ride in my truck. No, I'll fucking argue with you. We still going out and hanging out. Like, straight the fuck up. It doesn't matter. Like, we're still friends, dude. Like, that shit. Don't, like, too many people got too many hard ass pussy feelings around these motherfuckers, man. Like, let's just be fucking men. Let's talk football. Let's see where our team is. We appreciate all of you, man. And I don't really want to get on that subject because it really irritates the fuck out of me. Because like I said, I'm a fucking grown ass man. But long story short, man, we appreciate every one of you guys. Appreciate everybody who's supporting us, dude. I appreciate you, James, subscribing, following us, dude.
Yep. Thank
Everything.
you all showing
We're going to put these out there. We're going to let people see it, dude. And again, man, I really appreciate it, dude. Like, I want to interact with people that want to interact with the Raiders and interact with making our team better and putting out factual news and putting out factual stats, dude. That's what I want to do. I'm not here for the bullshit. I'm not here to worry about how someone's feelings or how somebody feels out at their own spot. I'm here to talk about how you, me, him, and every person in this fucking chat views our team. What makes a team, what puts us out there to be better as a fucking team, dude. So again, I really appreciate you guys, man. If everybody thought the same shit, it'd be boring and lame. That's facts, bro. Like, that's facts, dude. You gotta be able to have these conversations to be able to make the team better, man. That's 100% fact. If everybody thought the same shit, it's boring as fuck. And I've always said a lot of YouTube channels mimic one after one after one after one after one, because that's how they feel. They feel that this dude's shit hit, so let me try it because I'm gonna hit too. And that shit's lame. I heard it from him. Why am I listening to 8 other motherfuckers? Like, I'm sorry, I'm not doing that shit, dude. Like, I want to turn something off and on and hear something fucking different. I want to hear one motherfucker talking about what's happening because that's what happened. Another dude over here talking about where we're going or how our team is. One that has inside stat lines or news or shit that's breaking. You know, like, we need to hear different shit, man, that makes the team better, dude. So when people go on, you know why our panel don't get played out? Because we don't all go on other people's shit and all agree. Like, our shit don't get played out because we don't, when we have 8 people here, it is not no fucking ring around the rosy here. It's like, motherfucking bring your boxing gloves around here. You know what I mean? Like, that shit, we're not hopping on here and be like, oh, thanks for having me on the show today because, yeah, I'm agree with every fucking thing you say. No, it's like, hey, thanks for having me on the show today. Ding, ding, let's go. You know, like, so that you want to talk football, let's talk football. Like, I've always said, anybody welcome on this motherfucker, anybody welcome to come on, motherfucker. You better be coming with some fucking shit because if I think it's some bullshit, every person here knows it ain't gonna take me but 2 seconds to be like, yeah, okay, like straight the fuck up, and this is why, like, I'm not just gonna talk shit to talk
All
shit.
right, I'm
I'm gonna
out of here,
talk shit to
Dustin.
bring it. So 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Facts. I love debating football. Even you and I don't agree on everything, but it's cool. That's facts, Ozzy. But you're a cool ass motherfucker. I've always said, Raider brother for life, man. I never, hey, this dude ever needed anything, want to come on, want to hang out. I mean, he's welcome everywhere, and he is everywhere we are. So I've always said it doesn't matter if we agree on everything. That's not going to be cool. Like, I don't want a guy or friends that agree with everything. Like, I don't want dudes to see like, oh yeah, that's such a great. If it's a great idea, it's a great idea. If it ain't, it ain't. Fuck some. Nobody just putting them all out. And if everybody's like, yeah, yeah, it's great, it's great. Nobody gets better. Like, that's what I love about my Instagram page is I always put out there all the time. What do you think? I think this. I mean, like, that's how I put it out because I want conversational pieces. I don't go out there and say, what do you guys think? I think if the Raiders were to cut this guy, do you think we should go after him? Yeah, I think we should go after him because I think he benefits our team in this aspect. So what is your opinion? If you got an opinion, put it out so you can talk about it. And that's what I love about the Instagram is the interaction is insane, bro. The interaction in Instagram is insane because you're getting so much different type of feedback. You're seeing how one dude's and how majority of them are like seeing it all the same. And then you have like this other majority that's like fucking, it's like raindrops, dude. They're just not, it's not raining. It's just drops, where they're out here and they have these little wild takes and shit. And then sometimes you're like, yeah, this guy's just fucking crazy. And then you're like, man, that one's kind of a little unique, but it makes sense. And then you're like, well, hell, I never really thought about it that way. So sometimes these little raindrops are cool, and when you're seeing the main base of things, it kind of shows you one of two things. When you see a one base deal is like you're seeing it, you can look at it 2 ways. You're either being brainwashed on a certain subject, so these guys are all following a narrative, or it's like, okay, they do see it the right and they are going down. And it's like you'll be surprised how many people, when you put a Stenham conversation out, it just takes off because people right now do believe that Stenham could. And there's other guys that think, fuck no, Stenham ain't doing shit. But if we were to do a poll and see just on based on comment wise, a lot of people believe Stenham can fight. I mean, I bet Stenham would probably pull out at like 70-30. Nah, I'd say probably like a 60-40 because from what I gather in our deal is like Stenham gets favored more than not. But it's another crazy take is I hear hell of people talk about Jalen Ramsey's washed. He's not the best. This fucking guy is 28 fucking years old, third best corner in all of football. Had a career year this year. Motherfucker's talking about this motherfucker washed and ain't in his prime. I'm like, what the fuck? It is mind blowing. But long story short, dude, like I love the conversations, man. So I love the conversations. I love the debating of it. And I don't ever want it to stop. And I don't think it ever should, man. So just know, you see DSR, man, that's what we're here for. Don't ever feel like your opinion don't matter. Don't think like it like you can't put it out there. I just say you put it out there. Just be ready if it's crazy to fight it or debate it, So that's all I'm saying is He said I got to 350 in just a couple months. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, Instagram's crazy, bro. He said I'm slightly social media literate. My ass is old, still learning all that. Dude, I'm the same with you, bro. Like, I'm the same. Like, I was learning, but it didn't take me long to adapt to it because I found out what worked, man. And then once you find out what's worked, it's just keeping it fresh all the time. It's not fucking putting out the same shit over and over. I think putting out the fresh content is hard because you're always having to find it. So I think that's what's the hardest thing. That's all I just say is like, it's just learning it, but it's just I think the hardest thing for me is coming up with new ideas, coming up with deals. We have a whole graphic team now, dude. We have people all over. We got dudes coming up with different posting. Like we're trying to up our shit. I mean, our thumbnails are getting upgraded. All our stuff's getting put on the same scale. So we're trying, man. We're trying to get better day in and day out, man.
Oh shit!
But outside of that, man, we're gonna bounce, dude. It's 9:30. We appreciate you guys.
Right,
2.5 hours tonight. I know other dudes are gonna be going live, and I think Lunatic probably 11 o'clock. I'm pretty sure he usually does with Dirty. If he's going live, head over there, check him out, man. Appreciate all you guys.
Head over there around 11. I may jump up in the comments.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. I'll be at home with my woman and my kids, man. Like once I get off to here, man, I'm like on the whip, bro. So, but hey, I appreciate all you guys. We really do. Show back up every time we're live. We really do appreciate you guys. We're only getting bigger and bigger every time. Yep, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. Jeff, everybody will be back. Just Jeff and them had stuff to do tonight, so it was just us out here tonight. And again, man, I just love talking football. So I appreciate all you guys. We can keep going on with this same conversation for hours, but that's how I feel. We're out, and we'll talk to you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Don't drink and drive. Stay safe. And we appreciate you all, man. See you then. Love you, Raider Nation. Peace out. See you on Monday.
Wake up to the sounds of the silence that allows for my mind to run around with my ear up to the ground. I'm searching to behold the stories that I told when my back is to the world. Was smiling when I turned.
To the top of it, I'm shaking another box. I'm an astronaut. I'm blasted off the planet, rocking cause catastrophe, and it matters more because I had it. Now I had a part of my weekend, had to go in opposition. Kind of shocking, they want a static with position. I'm automatic, quarterback, I ain't talking shit.